my butt in there right now!
Season 6 Wrap-Up.
Welcome everyone to a very special, what do we call these? Wrap-Up show.
Wrap-Up. Or wrapping up, as you say, like
the wrapping up
your
show.
Vampire voice.
We are finishing up season 6. This is episode 18.
Yeah.
Ish.
I mean, because there's a O and a 0.5, so this is really like the 20th episode we've done, right?
Yeah, we've gone off the rails with labeling the episodes, but that's okay.
I like the acronym we got. It kind of makes sense.
It does.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's us. We're here. This is the Juggalo Rewind, your favorite Juggalo podcast.
Yeah.
Where we deep dive into Juggalo albums, one track at a time, one piece of merch at a time, one of these godforsaken voicemails at a time.
There's a few you got here. Some I don't know if I even remember.
Yeah, we may have to start making choices because they're all good. But
yeah.
Regardless, or irregardless, as they say, we have finished.
Says that?
Doesn't matter who says it. Everyone says that. That's the problem. Okay, we are
the Rocket Town.
Let me finish. Can't even get through a sentence.
Sorry, it's exciting. It's the 6th.
It was the 6th.
It was the 6th.
We have completed
part 1 of the exhibits.
The Shangri-La exhibit from Thy Wraith. If you haven't been listening all season, go back, listen to all of those episodes. But right now we are wrapping it up as we famously do at the end of every season with all of our fixes and stories and nonsense and all that bullshit. So whether you are a longtime fan, a new fan, or you don't like Juggalo music at all, I don't know why you jumped in here.
The Wraith wrap-up?
Maybe you just Googled the wrap-up. Maybe you were trying to figure out how to wrap Christmas presents.
Getting ahead of the schedule, maybe.
And you stumbled upon us.
I know some stores already got their Christmas decor up. I think I've seen online.
Horrible. Speaking of decor.
Yeah. Oh, hi, guys.
Everyone watching us on video on YouTube can see our nonsense here.
Got 2 guests because they ain't going to show up in real life.
One of them is going to show up at the Token Lounge here soon.
Oh, yeah. Want to go to that?
Let's talk about that. No, I don't want to go.
Let's talk about that. No, I don't want to go.
No, I don't want to go.
Could be interesting.
Who will have more people at it? Violent J at the Token, or Camp Zool?
I think Camp Zool legally could have more people than. I don't think you could fit that many. What's the capacity at the Token?
200 maybe.
Yeah, I think Camp Zool was like 300-400.
Did you count the
photo?
Yeah.
I kind of have an eye for that. I think I can. I can gauge.
If you say so. Well, everything's falling around us. Speaking of decor, we'll be fixing that every time.
How about the Magic Ninja Emporium? What is it? Not Emporium. That doesn't make sense. The summit where they're discussing business with the. Did you see that? I sent you that link. Yeah, they did Jay a few like year before.
Yeah.
It's like at the Masonic.
Yes, and we made fun of it. Where did you send that to me?
It was in a text. You were busy. You were busy when you're out of town. You didn't get it
recently.
Yeah. It's Twisted George and Mike all answering questions about the business aspects of Magic Ninja or something. I'm like, this could be hilarious to go to.
Are you sure it wasn't you sending me the Gathering artist announcement Skits Craven?
That's a big one, I hear. He's a big TikTok horrorcore rapper.
They're going heavy with the horrorcore.
That's what I heard.
You have this one making fun of one of our listeners.
I would never do such a thing.
Oh, you did?
That's unsubstantiated rumors.
Yeah, I was probably driving when this came through, and when I hear when I hit the thing and it's like sends you a link too, it's like
yeah, then you just lose it.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, no, I would never have seen that. All right.
Yeah,
that is interesting. When is that?
It's this month, a couple weeks, July 18th, I think.
Interesting.
Jay's is later in the year, right? Summer, midsummer.
Yeah, that I don't know.
Now those are the two you compare, the draws. How about ICP booking Static X, huh? Is that a little jab? Book Static X for the Gathering and Twisted's opening for Static X? They're like, look at we have them open for us.
I thought they were opening for Cold Chamber.
Oh, Static X is also on the tour. So they're on the same level, right? Isn't that Cold Chamber, Static X, and Twisted?
I didn't know Static X was on that tour.
I just assumed Cold Chamber and them are the same thing.
Cold Chamber?
And Nonpoint and every other band from that era that I don't listen to.
Hey, Cold Chamber! Is Florida Joe going to show up at Cold Chamber?
That would be funny. Just harass him from the crowd.
Anyways.
Yeah,
What
are we talking about?
5 minutes of absolute nonsense.
I had the ICP stand up behind us. For those not watching, that's where we got to this point.
The Wraith version.
Yes. Full size boy, not the little tabletop one. We'll get to that later.
Do you have that?
No.
Oh, Mark.
I don't know where I think I ordered this online. I had to pay a stupid amount of shipping to get it.
Yeah, how does that get to your house?
I remember it wasn't a big flat box. Yeah. I always wanted Rock of Ages had the 99 stand up. That one was really cool. With like in flannels and Shaggy's bald and he's holding the 2 liter. Yeah, that's a good one.
Maybe that'll be what you order for this season.
For when we do the Jekyll Brothers season?
Maybe that's coming up.
Maybe. We don't know.
Maybe we're going backwards through the Joker cards.
That'd be fun.
It wouldn't be because the worst two would be coming up.
Come on now.
Anyways.
Yeah, that's not what we're here for yet.
You're here. You're listening to the wrap-up for the Wraith. If you haven't gone back and listened, we have numerous wrap-ups for numerous seasons in our past. Mm-hmm. So go through YouTube or any of our audio podcast formats and go check those out.
We didn't even introduce ourselves, did we?
Nope. I'm Peter. That's Gus.
I mean, you're here for the wrap-up. You know us. If you're new, then go back. You don't need to listen to us now. But I guess leave it running. Get that stream number up. Rate, review, all that stuff going.
All right. Jumping right into that. What have you been up to? I know we have a lot to get to, but I know it's been a while since we've been in studio.
It has. I don't believe anything. I don't know what I've done.
You were on vacation?
I was, yeah. Lake house. Enjoyed. I did
going to the lake house.
Not one we own. We rent it like peasants. But yeah, well, we were renting in the past couple years on west side of the state. Great area, nice place. But yeah, they had those paddle boards, ones you stand on.
Oh yeah.
I didn't do any yoga, but that was my exercise, doing the paddle boarding across the lake. Trying to relax with kids. Not really possible, but good times, lots of drinking. And then I had to have a physical.
Lots of drinking.
I had to have a physical the Monday I came back. So I weighed myself before I left. Gained 8 pounds just on the vacation.
Nice.
Drinking. I wasn't even eating that bad, but not drinking a lot of water and you're eating terrible. Drinking copious amounts of booskies. So, yeah. But I'm back now. Drinking water, eating vegetables, salads. Trying to get jacked again.
I'm proud of you. Last week I was in Chicago.
Yeah.
I saw Justin Timberlake. I saw Kelly Clarkson and Jay Leno.
It's like straight up 2004 for you.
Jay Leno, like 1984.
Does he look the same? Like that guy doesn't age.
I get this and that.
Did you go see him do stand up?
Sounds like a Raven. I like cars.
He doesn't have a show. What did you?
He opened for Kelly Clarkson.
He opened for Kelly Clarkson. So what's he play?
So I was at a human resources conference.
Yeah.
And they were the special guest entertainment.
Oh, that's funny.
So he opened. No, it was not funny.
That's a funny billing.
So he opened, and then she did like an entire set.
They like booked her just for you. That's like your dream right there.
It was fantastic. It was a very good set. Very good show.
I'm Kelly Clarkson. That's all I know her for.
Who's High Pitch? But no, that was really good.
I went to Krugenbin since last time we were here. Krugenbergen, however you say it. That was a great show. Wish I was stoned for that one. That's when you get in the right space, but just nice desert jammy, summertime, guitar licks. Not much lyrics, but that was awesome. Hot as hell. It was at the Masonic. One of those days that was like 100 degrees. They're so we're like on the side, right by, so looking over the floor there. Cousin Aaron got the hookup, got like the little family section there on the side. Nice. So watching every security guard just coming with pallet of water and they're just tossing out bottles of water everywhere because someone passed out in this crowd.
Of course.
Yeah, it was so hot in there.
Well, good to see you survived.
Yeah.
Is my mic on? Yes, it is.
That-
Just making sure.
That'd be good.
What else? I thought I had a point with my story.
Oh, yeah. About your conference, about Kelly Clarkson, Jay Leno.
Oh, I saw friend of the podcast, Kevin,
Oh, yeah?
drove up to Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Isn't that where the polka band's from? Kenosha Kickers?
Maybe. I think it was
Home Alone?
Kenosha. Fucking, I don't know.
Yeah.
We ate dinner at the Cheese Castle.
Oh, I remember driving past that. We didn't even go in there, did we?
Did we ever?
Yeah, we drove past. No, I think we were on time. We were going to Riot Fest.
I've stopped there with Andrew. That was when we went to ACW.
Yeah.
They actually have pretty decent food.
I would have just gone nuts on buying like crazy cheeses or whatever.
Well, yeah, you have to not do that. But yeah, Kevin brought the family out, and Kevin looking good. He's been walking with the Wraith.
That's what I see, and that's good to see.
So that's what we like to see.
Right.
We're all walking with the Wraith, just like Elias.
Get in shape for Camsville 5. Well, come on for that one. Been wanting to dress up like Wet Hot American Summer every year, but doesn't work out.
Well, if they knew how to work their fucking... the week before that, I texted Mike, and I'm like, hope you stay hydrated and bring your sunscreen. He's like, you really think I'm going...
He had to go the first year, right? And we whipped the whole place.
I think he did. He went at least 1 year, if not 2.
I think now they're on their own. They're kind of like their own entity. They're really not fully connected really to them anymore, I feel like.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. But
you're not connected to the underground.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Other people are. Other people think they're fantastic.
I seen Clockwork E dropped the album, their first album. I want to check that out because I'm intrigued by their gimmick. They're like aliens.
They're at the gathering on the boat.
I know. That's what we should do is host the boat. Let's get a hashtag Juggalo Rewind to host the boat. That's too long of a hashtag, but we need to come up with a nice acronym. We should be the host for the late night boat stage. How fun would that be?
It wouldn't last 2 seconds. Because I'd be like, well, there's this dipshit. Oh, here's this guy that's painting his clown face.
Yeah, let's have Pete have to hype up a bunch of underground artists at 4 a.m. on a little boat.
Welcome, Psycho Circus.
You stole my shit.
That joke has been made a million times.
I want to go. I don't want to go. I want to host the boat, the Psycho boat. What the fuck the boat's called?
Fuck the boat.
Fuck the boat.
Hashtag fuck the boat.
Hashtag rewind the boat. Maybe that'll work.
All right. So, are you ready?
Yes.
So, as you may or may not know, we've gone through the entire album.
Yeah.
The Wraith's exhibit of Shangri-La.
Shangri-La.
1 episode per song. If you have any particular song that you loved, go back and listen. We have a whole hour plus about it.
Those last couple. Whew. We're marathoning those two.
That was tough, but we had a lot of stuff going on. A lot of things to talk about.
Those are fun ones.
So, the wrap-up show is now where we pick up if we have made any mistakes, if we have any stories, if people sent us in things. This is kind of where we tie it all up in a nice little bow. Merch and all sorts of nonsense. So, I think we should sprinkle voicemails in and out.
Yeah,
because we can't just sit and do all the voicemails.
Yeah, good way to break up the episode.
No. When do we do this one? Do you see my
which tab am I on? Here I am.
The wrap up tab?
Yeah, I don't even know. We're put that in the middle maybe.
Like, do we do it on this eepisode or do we do it just like it's like a random? I want to put that to a video.
We need to make a trailer to it.
Okay.
Or you just play it before we start the episode. As a trailer into the episode. Doesn't really make sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
It ties back to a previous season, but man, it's so good.
I know. Maybe we save that for, I don't know. God, I want to talk about that. Who do you want to hear from? All those people, who's looking good to you?
I'm curious about Adam from Iowa off the bat there.
All right. We're going to hear from, it's a long one, but that's okay. We're going to hear from Adam from Iowa.
Oh, Hawkeye.
So let's pull up his email. I think it ends abruptly, but it's a long one, so we will... Oh, there's something we have to bleep out, too, but I'll do that in post. So here we go.
Hey, guys. My name is Adam, and I'm from Iowa. My telephone number is 319.
Come on, now you don't need to read your email or your phone number.
So, I just recently started listening to the podcast. I am currently, I think season 2, episode 3, 4.
Ooh, way back there.
Anyway, I was originally going to call and talk about just when it comes to Dark Lotus. I know this is way in the past, but there's a song called Death Eaters, and it's on Buckshot, his Weirdo Pale Moon album.
Underground
podcast?
podcast?
Low-Key and Ala Zulalu. And Death
I like
Eaters.
that low-key.
And that song has the most
You've
Dark
never heard
Lotus
of it in your
vibe of any song I've ever heard. Even more than a lot of Dark Lotus. Lyrically, musically, it's just...
That's microwave going off in the background?
This forever.
In the car.
Like I said, I started at Most Tasteless on your podcast. I just got up to Dark Lotus. So, but anyway...
Whatever he's at now.
I called and listened to the voicemail, your voicemail, talking about the Wraith. I'll just tell you about the Wraith for me.
There we go.
When it came out, I was 14.
Perfect
and
age.
I was sent away to a much bigger city than where I was from. And then where I was from, I was like the only Juggalo, you know? So, just a very small town.
Oh, I know.
And I get up there, and there's more Juggalos, you know, stuff like that. Anyway, like I remember the mall, seeing the big cardboard cutouts, you know, and the Wraith everywhere, November 5th. And I still have 2 little cardboard flyers I got from the mall. I think it was Sam Goody. Or
Sam
FYE,
Goody.
Maybe FYE, anyway.
Old
So
school,
when it comes to that album, that was my first. I got an ICP in like 2000, 99, maybe 2000. And the Wraith, Shangri-La was the first release that I was like super stoked for. It was the first one that I was really aware of.
Those stories are always good. Your first one, you're like in it.
Right, when it came out. But anyway, so it was a wonderful time. You know, like I said, I was sent away. Things were crazy. It was just a bad time, you know, for me in general. But that made it awesome. The music, the family era. I remember... I had like a home visit right around the time, right after it was released, my first home visit. My mom took me straight to the mall. I didn't anticipate it. We went straight to the mall and bought it, and I love that album. In fact, that's the only ICP tattoo I have.
Oh, man. Need a photo.
So,
yeah, send us that photo, Adam.
That's my experience with it. I love it. I still listen to it all the time.
And then it cut off.
Hey, shout out to Adam.
Yeah, Adam in Iowa.
First time caller, old Hawkeye. Sorry we beat your ass in the Big Ten title game.
Thanks, Adam.
Yeah, that was cool. I like hearing, like I said, the story when someone first, you know, you get into it and you find those old ones you get excited about, but then like the hype, your first one, you're hyped when it comes out. Yeah. That's always cool.
It's like fun. Anything you get into midstream and when something comes out, you're...
Yeah, I get to experience the first... And then the first and the last.
Well, not really.
The last that mattered.
Wow. Let's do one more.
Sure.
Who else have we? Oh, we haven't heard from this guy in a while, so let's hear from him. Our old buddy Schizo.
Oh yeah. What's up, Schizo? Is he in the walls? Is he doing the Lotus Sands?
You better be prepared, boy. It's Schizo the motherfucking rider. And guess what? Me and man, about to whip the name, you heard what I'm saying?
About to whip a name?
That goes on for 2 minutes. We can't just go on for
it.
But there's a lot of that. So thank you, Schizo, for checking in.
Good to see you still out there.
Yeah, we enjoy knowing that you're alive.
Doing some monk chants or something there?
I like the Chi-Chi's fried ice cream song.
Fried ice cream. I thought it was like those like CDs in the 90s, yeah, where they had him humming over shit.
Maybe. All right, well, thank you, Schizo. All right, so where are we going from here? Do you want to talk about some stories here?
Yeah, we got a few. Maybe we hit some of those before we go into
let's
something
do
new.
The stories, like not just the episode fixes. Did you add that first one?
Yeah,
today?
I did. I was going through random shit and stumbled on that. Do you remember that?
The bizarre booklet had yeah, I think I do. So
remember the bizarre booklet? Each one had like little gimmicks, and I totally kind of forgot about them. And I opened one up and looking at it, and you had like a maze. You had like a dot-to-dot connect to something. But they had one that was like a code you had to decipher to reveal something. And going through old Wayback Machine posts, someone mentioned that they actually posted on ICP.com or right before the Wraith came out. They like revealed it, which they're like shocking that they remembered to like give that out. But they gave it out, and they said the 6 Joker's card will be a mirror of your death, your own ending. And that just tied back to we were talking early on, the rumors of it being a mirror. The face would be a mirror.
Probably where it started.
Yeah,
for sure.
I would imagine that's where everyone started. Whoever, if you broke the code, probably started thinking that. But yeah, I added that just today when I was going through and stumbled on it.
Yeah, that's a good one. Going down the list, we've talked often about the seminar from the Gathering 02. And I just happened to be listening to it the other day. And Jay talks about where they recorded it. Yeah. We went from the Lotus Pod to Nashville to Dallas. He also says that they recorded it in Chicago and Indianapolis.
I mean, it would be fresh in his mind, so they had to have been there for something, right?
Don't know.
Well, he was very high, though, during that seminar, so that could have messed with his brain a little bit.
Maybe they recorded stuff and it didn't make it to the album.
B-sides.
Now we're talking.
No, that's what I want to hear.
Is there a B-side to the Wraith?
I wish.
Not Hell Cellar?
I mean, they had a Hell Cellar. They should have a Heaven's Attic.
We'll pitch that. Original track listing. Is that your...
That's from... That made me realize I didn't even pull up my notes from there, so let me pull that up. This was from the Best Buy pre-order.
I think we briefly talked about this, but then we kind of said we would talk about it later.
Yeah, we mentioned a few episodes back, The Raven's Mirror, that on this track listing it was called Joker and the Juggler / Let Me Go. So on the Best Buy pre-order, this would have been the track listing you've seen, 15 tracks as opposed to 17. So you had the intro, To the Light, it was said.
All right, let me go through the real one. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying the first one is called Intro
- Into the Light, or no, not Into the Light, just Intro - To the Light.
And that turned into Walk into the Light.
Right.
Okay.
2 was Welcome.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. 3 was Get Your Wicked On. That's Stayed. Murder Rap.
Yep.
5 just says Birthday. Which I wonder how much of these are just like cut off when they like sent it over.
That's actually really funny.
Yeah.
They've like, yeah.
6 was Blam, no explanation points. Just Blam.
That's Blam.
Blam. Yeah, it's just Blam. 7 was It Rains / Bitch Slap is what it says there. I love It Rains.
Okay.
Now here, these two get interesting. 8 was The Pain.
Okay.
Got it. 9 was The Rain. So what was 8 and 9?
8 and 9 was Thy Staleness and Hell's Forecast.
Yeah.
You can kind of see that.
Right.
I mean, that's a stretch, but I could see both of those.
I wonder if those were like just placeholders that they didn't have the names in mind, because I imagine had the songs there, or the ideas of the songs.
I would think so.
10 was Homies.
Juggalo Homies?
Just Homies.
With a Z?
No, just an S.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They're very bland on this one. 11 was Maybe / Supa, which we've discussed how that was originally called Maybe.
Yeah, In Your Business was, and Super Villains.
And I think Maybe was even listed on some of the singles as
Yes,
Maybe.
on like the 3-track whatever samplers, for sure. So that made it way past this.
Right. 12 was You Belong.
Or We Belong.
Yeah, it says You Belong.
You belong.
You belong.
The carnival is here.
13 was Joker and the Juggler / Let Me Go.
Oh, so it skips Cotton Candy and Popsicles.
That's not even listed on here.
That's what I mean. So that wasn't okay. That's
Does that line up with it being recorded late in the game? We'll go along first here to finish it. 14 was The Wraith, and 15 was The Unveiling.
So it skips.
No Crossing the Bridge, no Cotton Candy and Popsicles.
You said Raven's Mirror?
That's called The Joker and the Juggler / Let Me Go, yeah.
As Chris looks in the book, this is good audio.
No, Cotton Candy and Popsicles was in Dallas. Crossing the Bridge was also in Dallas, so that doesn't, not like they were late in the game, they just
Just
either forgot them or
not good enough for Best Buy.
yeah. Yeah, so that was the alternate track listing, or the pre-track listing that came out.
Different names, perhaps, or The Pain and the Rain is a big one. Yeah.
The Rain would have been funny. That sounds like an old Prince song. Jay would have loved it.
So, were they different songs? Were they the original names to those songs?
I mean, they definitely were the original names for those, or placeholder names, because you could see it for all of them.
I can, yeah.
I remember those dropping, though, online, and people speculating, like message boards and like all those sites, like trying to guess what the themes would be and stuff on those.
So there's one supposed to be called The Rain, and then one called It Rains.
Yeah.
Fucking forecast episode or soundtrack.
Hey, they have a lot of forecasts. You know, you had the bizarre storm rolling in, you had the smog rolling in.
You have the tempest.
Yeah,
the Iowa storm.
They love the weather.
They love the weather. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Why does Babyface Wraith have horns?
I think you're trying to just dissect, try to decide who was good, bad. I think they just accidentally deleted it. I think
I have another theory about that, but go on.
When Hell's Pit was made, somehow that layer got turned off. When they put the album art, it just disappeared. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it made any sense. It just disappeared there.
I've gathered. I have another one, but we'll wait till the end for that. That this Wraith is really the evil Wraith, and he's trying to keep you from heaven, whereas the Hell's Pit Wraith is the babyface.
Yeah,
and he's trying to
save you. Yeah, but his hand's pushing you down or
pulling you up.
Pulling you up, you think he's trying to suck him out, and this one's trying to pull you back down.
Maybe.
Oh, okay, I could take that. Just line up with the horns.
Nothing else different about them but the horns, right?
The bird's the same?
I think so.
Is he looking the other way?
Crow, guy like this. All right, well, there's something to that a little later on when we talk about merch. Yeah. Because it ties into the merch.
Okay.
Unless you want to jump into the merch right now, but I don't think that'll fit.
No, we can go through a little
let's
more.
Let's do a couple, 2, 3 more. We've talked about listening with your headphones, but we did we really dive into that? You must have.
We did the rules early on.
Yeah.
So how you had to, and I made the graphic too back early on of.
I think I originally put that note there because we didn't talk about it, but then
we ended up doing
spiraled out of control and you made the rules. So everybody out there listening to this, is your thing on or is it just low?
I just dimmed it just in case I don't want to eat up the battery with the.
Gotcha. So listening with your headphones is one of the rules. So listen to us with your headphones because I don't listen with our headphones when I edit it.
No.
So no.
Some stuff might sneak in then.
You never know.
Subliminally.
With that wicked shit around.
When I listened to the audio DVD, I did not have headphones, but I had the big speaker stacks here on blast, so I was by myself today working. And I'd go back there and I'd hear something and go, that sounds different. I'd rewind it and stand here and listen to it.
That's good.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
In-store tour.
Yeah.
We kind of briefly talked about that, right? But didn't really dive into... Was there like
Yeah, we early on discussed the pre-in-store tour where they had the 2 stops with the sampler. But did we dive into the flatbed truck?
I don't think we did.
Yeah, I don't think we got into the details of that.
And I have a voicemail about that.
Oh, they're a good tie-in.
But I didn't know if you had any news or notes. I was talking to Pittsburgh Steve about this. Did that come through Detroit?
No, actually, pull that up because that stops are on the that one site,
That's exactly what I was looking for just now. So if you're doing that, I feel like sometimes we get spoiled with stuff because, we just go to Hollowicked, we don't have to go to tours, da-da-da. But then sometimes I feel like they skip over us for things like that. Like, I don't think they just assume that we have lots of other stuff, so they don't. Again, I'm not trying to say that, we're spoiled or like that we deserve it, but I just...
You think you'd hit Detroit on that?
I don't remember that being here at all.
No, they had Dublin, Ohio was probably the closest at the CD Warehouse on 11/22. So it ran from 11:08, right after the Wraith dropped, to 12:02. So it was in Phoenix at the start. It hit Colorado, Texas, Oklahoma, Washington, Alabama, 2 stops in Missouri, Minnesota, Indiana, Ohio, New York, Pittsburgh, Kentucky, Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota. Hit a lot of Big Ten stops in the end there, but skipped over Michigan.
And during the fall, too.
Yeah.
All on Big Nude Saturdays.
What a weird stop, though. Like, a lot of out west. I mean, I guess they were out there for the release party in L.A. and then maybe just kind of took that semi boop, boop, down the road and back to the Midwest.
You really think they were in the semi?
Oh, where else were they going to be? I guess they had the tour bus also there with them.
That's what I'm saying. You're like, ICP and Twisted are in the fucking cab.
Yeah, they're hanging on the little maze that they built, I don't think we discussed it. Now I need to look. It looks like it might be off now. We might not have discussed it, but I did share the video of the footage someone had where they were outside and walked through it, and someone caught him, told him to turn it off, but kind of walked in a little maze corridors.
Oh, that's fun.
All the trailer was painted up I don't even know how to describe just carnival-y stuff.
Yeah.
And then there was a pit of empty Fagos you had to walk over, kind of sneaked around or whatever. And at the end, ICP sit at a table, signing, kind of like the old Asylum did one for 99. But let me double check this while you.
All right. So I have a voicemail from Steve from Pittsburgh about the Wraith in-store. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Yo, what's up with your boy, Steve from Pittsburgh? Gonna share my little story here about the Wraith in-store tour. I went to the one, obviously, in Pittsburgh.
Obviously.
And it was cool because it was a place called Ides. And being a in-store tour veteran at this point, we knew to get there super early. Well, Ides also had this really cool plan where instead of having people line up around the building, they just gave everyone a wristband with the number that they arrived and just told them to come back
this
later.
Is a new
you didn't have to stand there all fucking day. And you had your guaranteed spot, a 1, 2, 3, which I thought was awesome.
1, 2, 3.
It always sucked having to stand in line for hours upon hours. But anyways, that's one memory about there. The second one would be from that same in-store tour. We had rolled down with a larger Juggalo.
Big T.
Wouldn't really call him a friend. He was more of an acquaintance. He more kind of just tagged along with us because he was an ICP fan. And
disparaging his friends.
When it came time to go through the little maze thing, he had to walk up the ramp. He couldn't, or he was afraid to.
See, like you were saying.
And even though we offered to hold on to him and everything, he was deathly afraid of going up this little ramp to get into the trailer. And so he did the whole wait in line gimmick
That high at all.
and never made it through. And we were like, dude, you don't have to go through the thing. Just come up and go through the stairs over here. And he was just way too embarrassed at that point.
See.
So that always stuck in my mind. Also, that same in-store, it was with Isham as well. And I had my Little Box promo poster that I wanted ICP to sign. And they signed it, but Isham also snagged it and signed it. And let me tell you, I have to look at that motherfucking thing every day with his stupid signature on there. I hating on Isham. He just wasn't on the album, and he didn't even ask if I wanted him to sign it. He just grabbed it and signed it. So
such a good poster.
That's my story.
Sullied with it.
And hope you liked it.
Hope you liked that.
I mean, at least the Isham's kind of buried into into the arm, but what an asshole.
We got into this conversation that why did we go so long with black Sharpies as autographs?
For everything, yeah.
Why did we think that was an acceptable autograph?
I mean, that's just... Well, also, why did Two Dope sign over Shaggy's for Bonji's face?
That's also really funny.
God, their autographs. I remember being nervous going to get their autographs for things because I'm unsure of what, even how they're gonna do it. Where they were just free for all.
Yeah,
that's the coming soon one was perfect. So I'm it's a blank canvas. You guys could do whatever you want on this. Other ones, you're fuck, I don't know what they're gonna do with when it comes to their signatures.
That's why me and Steve were talking about how I have a JCW poster with all 23 wrestlers' autographs, but I don't have them.
Oh, really?
But what are they gonna do?
The 01 Gathering. the O1 gathering, I tried to get like everyone to sign. I did it for O2, and O2 I got too lazy, so it's just like JCW and like a couple others. Bedlam on it. But O1, I was like trying to hit them all. So the little globe in the middle with them, like the picture of them. They're like actually signed it both like right on the globe, so it's perfect because like everyone else flanked it around it. But I'm like, nervous because they could have just been like all over the side, and like there's no way to get anyone else on it. Yeah,
it would have been horrible. That's what I'm afraid of with them. That's always a crapshoot. While we're listening to Steve, he voicemails us a lot, so let's just knock out his next couple.
Yeah, we can do that.
They're quicker than that one.
Yo, what up? It's Steve from Pittsburgh calling in. I just want to shout out all the homies to listen to the Juggalo Rewind.
The homies.
You know who you are. And, I want to thank Pete and Chris for doing this every week.
Hey,
it's awesome.
you're welcome.
It gives me something to listen to. Shout out to all the people that tune in and listen.
That was nice.
Sure if there weren't any listeners, they wouldn't be doing this. So, thank you.
Still do it.
And to Thy Christmas Mark,
popped himself with that one.
Yeah, it's funny because he was talking to me recently about our number of listeners, and he's like, "Oh, you must have X number," and I'm like, not even close.
You tally them all together, it looks pretty good.
I think I was telling him how we get less and less every week, and that bothers me.
We don't get less and less every week. Just the number on that particular episode sometimes takes a little longer to reach where it's at.
Yeah. And then this is his last one that I pulled, so it's probably more disparaging remarks about people.
Yo, it's your boy, Pittsburgh Steve, calling to say that I'm so glad that Peter acknowledged that Chrissy is a fucking mark for herself. That was the icing on the cake for this season. Like that, bravo.
Their fuse picked up steam here at the end of this.
I heard the word mud at the end there. Next season is going to be a little muddy. But that's, in any regard, ABK's mud phase.
ABK?
You guys,
if he wants it, we'll just give it.
I would highly recommend that you go a different direction. All right? Take care.
Sounds like a threat.
Yeah. Do you think what we're so far thinking we're doing, do you think he approve of that?
I don't know. I haven't run that by him.
Well, you can't. You got to surprise him now. Right.
But you know who does have something to say about that?
What's up, guys? It's your boy, ABK. Listen.
Come on now.
I want to call and confess my love for popsicles. In fact, when I was talking on the Wraith, ICP paid me in popsicles.
Okay, we can't do it. I didn't want that.
You know, I wanted to get ABK. I want to try to reach out to get ABK on here to discuss this stuff album, and can't have that stuff happen if I do.
I'm sorry. Well, I don't. It was on a blocked number.
It's true.
I don't know who it was.
You know, you need a better call screener.
But if you, the listener out there, seem to think that seemed to sound very much like the 2 or 3 voicemails right before that.
I don't know. It didn't sound exactly like him. It didn't sound like ABK though either.
I don't think it was ABK.
Fake BK.
Someone else.
I thought that was a Burger King thing. I was like, what is that one?
King. Someone else has an ABK story, and did you hear that at Astro? The impression in the story that little troll told us?
Yeah. Vaguely.
You were hammered. You don't remember anything.
I was smooth sailing. I was in a good groove. Not hammered yet.
All right. Well, that's it for voicemails for right now. We'll get back into let's get back into some of the stories and fixes, if you will. The jam exam.
Yeah.
I only caught bits and pieces of this, but you mentioned this because you watched it or listened to it. Jay, this goes right back to what we were saying with the seminar.
Yeah.
Jay can't keep his cities or his stories straight. So we would love for that to be a companion piece to this season, but it was all over the place.
Well, and the jam exam, that was for the all 6 Joker cards. So when they got to the Wraith, it was maybe 5-minute discussion, if that. And it was Shaggy trying to talk about it, and Jay just talking about the women he slept with in that era. And like I said, the stories in the cities kept screwing up. He kept saying that the woman in the song Ned and Wait Up Me in Shangri-La, was about a woman that he slept with while recording it in Dallas. Not about, and the book even tells the story from
like
Mia Malenko era. Yeah. And he kept saying it was Dallas, and then that's all he kept going back to, and then discussing all the women he was finding in Australia. And then he brings up the book from the Australian tour, and Shaggy's like, the fuck, I've never seen that. And he's like, yeah, it's great. Promoter gave it to us, and it has all the articles and all the press that we got out there. And Shaggy's like, hold on, let me see that. He's like, I've never seen that in my life.
They just pull it out of his, because he was in his office.
Yeah, but yeah, going back to him, no idea where he recorded it, what he recorded. It was a mess.
That's great. So yeah, I mean, I always want to go back and watch those, but
they're good. When he got to the Wraith, he like his mind went to that, and that's all he thought about. Like it was over.
It's just all the blood flowing. I don't know if I can find this easily, my next note, but when did we start this season? Do you remember?
Boy. Spring.
Spring. We have a note from our...
I go back to the beginning here. It says, 2821 back in February? That's how long we've been rolling with the Wraith?
Oh my God.
Time flies when you're with the Wraith.
Well, I'm not going to be able to find this then. Here we go.
Look at that.
Perfect. So,
yeah,
our boy Eric, who is from Garden City but lives in Tennessee now, he, in our first episode 0, you were talking about mountain ranges, and you're just throwing out, this is a fucking geological fucking podcast. He goes, at the end of the season, make sure Chris corrects himself because the Smoky Mountains do not go into Nashville. They're over by Pigeon Forge.
That's close enough, right? Tennessee, what's the difference?
He says, I was correct with it being the Appalachian Mountains that are over there.
Yeah.
I replied with, this isn't a mountain range podcast.
Yeah, well, I was close, whatever. Nonetheless, what were we even talking about with the mountain ranges then?
I have no idea.
Probably when Jay was talking about drinking the water out of the mountains, I think.
He says it could be a mountain range podcast because diamonds come from pressure from a coal.
Well, yeah, that's good. So. I tell you what, we stayed, that would have been the Appalachian Mountains then? No, I think we stayed in the Smokies. God, now
we're just right back to I'm going to get more texts.
Stayed in a cabin up in the mountains in Tennessee. That shit was awesome. Beautiful sights. Had grizzly bears walking around. Walked out and watched one. Dumbest idea ever. And that thing turned and shot up the hill and ran so fast uphill. like a 70-degree angle. Like, oh shit. We'd have been killed if the thing came towards us.
All right.
Yeah. Tennessee. Beautiful town. I could see why you moved there. Town. Beautiful state.
That's why Joe Kane and Mike P live there.
You know what they have there? They have what used to be the Michigan of the South. But now Tennessee... The only one there still living off their glory days because Michigan, national champions. They're up there with Georgia, up there with Alabama. Big dogs now. Tennessee's still there pretending they're, what they used to be in 97, 96.
Fuck them.
Fuck them. Fuck Peyton Manning.
All right. I think you made this next note. 125,000 DVDs?
Yeah, that's what it said on... InsaneCloudPosse.com at the time when they said they were releasing them.
So there's two versions that everyone knows of the Wraith. Yeah. One has the seminar on the DVD, one has the show.
Yes.
So you're saying there's only 250 total, or are you saying one was more rare than the other?
No, that was total between each one, which is a pretty high number, I would say. Like, neither would be rare at that point. Which ties into a little note I have here. Those were the two versions, when it first came out. You had the seminar, you had the concert. On ISP.com, it said there was going to be a third version, which was never released. Ooh. It said we wanted to be the first to know that some special news we have just learned. Right now, there are two versions of the Wraith available in stores, and rumor has it there will be a third version of the Wraith available shortly. In addition, we hear that the special Wraith limited edition deluxe package coming out will include 2 brand new Insane Clown Posse DVDs in the album. You can tell the different versions by looking at the sticker now. So that's what this one was.
Just both of them together?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It just says two special edition DVDs.
So they saved that for Murder Death Pop when they made you or Bang Pa Boom where you get 1, 2, or 3 and then you have the nuclear.
Oh, yeah. That thing was a mess, especially now when you go on streaming and try to look at what version. It's
Bang Pop. Murder Death Pop. Is that the name of it? Murder Death Pop?
With the Emporium and the covers. And
like, listening to that on streaming is fucking...
This Freaky Tales, the third one, where they had the hour-long version of that?
There's the Mike Clark, there's the covers, and there's the...
The covers was fun. Yeah, Mike Clark was okay. Mike Clark was cool because they had the Ice Cube remix, right?
Yeah, I like that one. I listened to all those recently.
Did you? I listened to the main one, not the bonus stuff.
What is the name of that CD?
Mighty Death Pop?
I keep saying Murder Death Pop. That's why I just
didn't even catch you that you're saying Murder
is that
Death
what it
Pop. This isn't a second deck podcast yet. No, another note too when it comes to the amount sold. So, what do we say? There's 125 each. So the first week, ICP sold 76,000 copies in week one. Debuted number 1 on the independent Billboard charts, and debuted 15 on the Billboard Top 200. It was number 6 in Detroit on SoundScan.
In Detroit.
Yeah, well, it's still probably getting outsold by like the big name artists in Detroit, but funny that was noted number 6 in Detroit.
You would think so.
But 76,000 copies. Obviously it's a lot when you think about it. At the tail end there of 02, they're still selling a lot of CDs. Like,
yes, for sure. That's 76,000 more than I could sell.
Well, yeah, but like, yeah, I mean, I guess it's a lot for week one. I'm trying to remember back in the day, how sales used to be, because now, God, it'd be like 70 CDs sold in a week.
Yeah, you're lucky to do any. All right. So now we're jumping into episodes. Do you remember looking at our notes or the voicemails? Mm-hmm. Just because we have a couple here. What song does the did we argue about the secondhand smoke?
It's one that says me and the Wraith sit and play cards. Get Your Wicked On.
That's Get Your Wicked On. Okay. So, what song is that?
What number is it?
Yeah, that is number 3. Okay, so let's do 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll get into something about that.
Okay.
So episode 1, we talked about how poorly Mike Clark remixed the vocals. I think after that note, I pulled it later. Mm-hmm. So that was our argument about the remix, how some people it sounded super clean, and some of it literally sounded like you could still hear bits and pieces.
Right,
but if you go back and listen, I pulled those in different ones.
Yeah.
So that note has already been taken care of. Episode 3. We talked about shows we've seen at the Magic Bag or things that were at the Magic Bag.
Right.
We didn't talk about ICP playing at the Magic Bag.
Their first show, like back in the day?
Some of their first shows.
Yeah.
Like I think there's a Carnival Carnage show there. There's a Beverly Kills era show
back
there.
When they're like playing with like Negative Approach, right, or whatever. Not is it Negative Approach they were playing? No, that hardcore band they used to open with, or open for.
All right.
This isn't Carnival Carnage era podcast.
Not yet. But yeah, they did, I'd say 2 or 3 shows at the Magic Bag. There's flyers and shit for that. So
right.
We just didn't mention that.
Well, I didn't see any of their shows there.
Well, neither did I. I'm just saying that they were there.
Okay, how did me, pal?
So while we're talking about episode 3, Get Your Wicked On, our boy Ninja B-Rob.
Hey, B-Rob.
He came and
Oh my God.
And he dropped us a voicemail about that. So let's see what he has to say about Get Your Wicked On.
Let's hear it.
Hey, what up? Ninja B-Rob.
What up?
First off, I want to thank you for making me listen to that one little section about 45 times today.
You're welcome.
Twisted, secondhand smoke. I always thought I said, yeah, bitch. But anyway, I listen to it in my truck. Let's do it with headphones on. Let's do it left ear in, right ear in, both ears on. I think it's layered in such a way, it's like an auditory illusion or whatever, where you hear what you think you're listening to. Like you just figure out which one it is, and that's the one that you're going to fucking hear. But I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
You are.
Twisted.
It's definitely not twist. It's clear as day breathing in secondhand smoke.
Well, he comes back and it has another voicemail minutes later.
Minutes later.
Hey, it's B-Rob again. I'm driving now in traffic, so I'm a little scatterbrained.
Everyone calls us from their car.
I'm like 60-40 now, that Chris pointed out, but I've always been like, twisted. That's mostly what I hear every time I listen to it.
See?
Unless I'm specifically listening for the other one. But, Anyway, season's going great, guys. Thanks. Later.
Hey, thanks.
He's 60-40. Like the
my way, like the Fago.
No, he's 60-40 my way.
He said he went back to me.
No, he said he's 60-40 here in Twisted only when he thinks he's listening for secondhand smoke.
He's a nut. he's out of his mind.
He's one of our favorite fatter whack packers.
I love him, but I'm just saying, clearly you've somehow infected his brain with your Twisted.
He does not say secondhand smoke.
There is a Twisted on the DVD audio experience. You know, they're shouting out people at the end of a track. The Twisted's real loud. Like, I'll get to that later. A lot of the background shout outs, so much like clearer and louder on that end. But that, and then when you listen to the Get Your Wicked On, clear as day, breathe it in, secondhand smoke.
Well, maybe I need to listen to that version then. All right, let's skip to episode 5, Birthday Bitches. So we questioned how you could hear it on the remix, but not so much on the original. Jay singing Happy Birthday in the beginning, but you can. If you listen real closely, it's the same. It's just way lower.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's something I never heard originally.
But it is him singing it.
That's funny.
So that's a correction. We have a lot of corrections this season.
All our own corrections. No one finding it out there.
Well, this one someone sent to us.
Son of a bitch.
I want to say Kelly sent this to us, but I really don't.
No, this was from me. I found this. It was on the jam exam.
I think this is wrong. I think it's dumb as fuck.
Well, this is exactly what Violent J said on the jam exam.
The term "it rains diamonds" came from the shine that would reflect off the charms when the sun would hit them in the car.
He said it was like disco balls shining all over the ceiling. You know, he does those. He's like, with a big charm, and the sun hits, and we're driving around their escalators, and the sun's hitting all over the ceiling. It's like granite diamonds. That's what we would say. That's how that song came about. That hurt my voice. That's all he contributed when it came to discussing the tracks on there.
Good job, Jay. And then I banged this broad.
Yeah, and she died, and it was during we were recording in Dallas.
And then I said, Corp, give me that hot pocket.
Our Jay got way more straight than he really should be.
Oh, fuck. All right, well, I think that's bullshit and stupid.
You could think it's stupid, but it's what he said.
Okay,
you can't deny that's what Jay said. He came up with the term for him.
I can't. I can deny that he is stupid. All right, episode. We skip a couple. Episode 11, Ain't Your Business. We didn't talk about the clean version.
No, forgot about that.
Did I bring my notes? You banter.
Oh God, I can't. Let me see. Let's see if I have anything on my 6 notes. No, these are for later. Jay's looking back on the Wraith. I have a little note for him. But
so what song are we talking about?
Ain't Your Business.
Ain't Your Business.
How I act.
There we go. Did I write it? This could have been one of the weeks where I didn't bring my notes. What's it to you? What's it to you? What's it to you?
Meow, meow.
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck was different about it.
You were texting me about it, I remember, saying you heard things switched up on it.
Fuck it, who cares? All right. We discussed ABK on that, and you were saying that he was saying a different line than he really was, but he was saying the line about Blaze.
Okay.
So, you were wrong.
You just had to add that to make sure you'd call me out.
We did. We also started talking about the F, Marry, Kill on there, and we like totally either abandoned it or like didn't understand. It was something that was fucked up, and I'm like,
wasn't the Mary J. Blige one we did?
Yeah, but you didn't. That's a good call. Mm-hmm. We didn't correctly play the game.
No, you
were picking A or B of like choices of 2. You weren't playing the entire game.
I thought I did.
You didn't. I listened back and I was wrong. But that's okay. We're not here to question. I'm just here to
call me out. Back-to-back tracks.
Next one, lots from episode 11.
Yeah.
The part about your mom is always or my mom is always sick, is that any kind of reference to Eminem?
Yeah, I can see that.
About his mom being like mentally ill and saying that he was sick and like the Munchausen syndrome.
But he's describing himself, so I'd assume maybe Jay. I don't think he had the same thing. 'Cause he never had any issues with his mom being like that.
No, but
yeah.
But the character. The character, Violent J.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be.
I don't know. It was just something I've
jumping ahead a little bit.
Oh, come on.
Someone, I don't see it on here, about the Robin's A expletive.
Yes.
That being possibly, was that Boy Kelly who texted us? Because we don't have it in the notes here. Being a diss to Eminem because in the music video at that time.
I thought it was a diss to Burt Ward.
Oh, I thought it was to Monoxide. But in the music video, like around that era, Dr. Dre is Batman and Eminem's Robin, which they replayed their roles just recently in the Death of Slim Shady. But that would be a more logical explanation because he likes Dr. Dre. I mean, you're going to diss Dr. Dre at that point, but he's feuding with them. Yeah. So he calls him a...
Oh, he's just not going to diss Dr. Dre. Compton's in that ass.
Well, that's just...
It's all about Dre.
Dre's the dominant one. He's showing his force. It's not like he's insulting him. He's letting.
No. I'm going to stop you before you get.
Letting Dre.
Stop! You're gonna get
in charge of the situation.
You're gonna get us in trouble. That does make sense. Back then,
it could be a good excuse if he wasn't dissing Monoxide. I don't think he was. I think they were all on good terms at that point.
Sure they were. Continuing with that, we questioned if on the die-cut vinyl, which we're looking at right now, is the Supervillains track on there? It is not.
No.
So it is only Ain't Your Business.
Makes sense. Was the edited version on, the clean version on that?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we can pop it on, push these down and throw it on the turntable and listen to it now.
All right, so while we're talking about that, we'll take a little break, and let's, which one is this? Let me go to him. While we're talking supervillains, I think we have a couple, but let's listen to Ryan, a.k.a. Fear the Beard.
Fear the Beard.
We're going to go at least one or two from him, so here we go.
Yo, it's Ryan, also known as Fear the Effing Beard. Not the other guy from Ohio with Beard. That's Justin Summers.
Not the other guy.
Stop getting us
I like how they know each other. The two bearded men.
Anyways, listening to the new episode, great stuff. That fucking radio edit. I don't know if I've ever heard it, and I just listened to the whole thing, like, pausing the podcast and listening to it and then going back to the podcast.
So you plugged it in there, I believe.
But if you guys fucking do Supervillains, I will be so happy. Chris, you need to re-listen to that album because Supervillains is great. I wish it was on Spotify. So if I have to listen to it, like, not using my CDs.
Yeah, that's weird. It's not on Spotify.
I have to listen to it on YouTube.
I wonder why.
Because I don't like using YouTube for listening to music. But, yeah, definitely Supervillains, Furious, Mr. Spade, Mr. Heart, Mr. Diamond, Mr. Club.
Okay.
Fucking do it!
Fucking do it. I do need to give it another listen. After he sent that, you go back and give it another try. It's been 20 years or whatever since I've listened to it, so
it's been a while.
Maybe I'm skewed.
Let's take, I don't know what episode this was on, but he calls you, oh, this is a long one. Well, let's see how far this goes. He calls you out a little bit.
Everyone taking shots at me today.
It's Fear the Beard. Gonna give you a correction.
Yeah.
Some interstates do have intersections, or freeways have intersections.
This is from Wraith.
Sorry, I just fumbled over my words.
See, he doesn't even know.
Anyways, some of them do have intersections. The one I would go to my last job.
He's technically calling you out because I said there was intersections and interstates.
Do you even know what you're talking about?
Yeah, because you were the one saying there's no intersections on freeways. Yeah, because it says freeway intersections, he hovers above them, and you stopped yourself and go, there's no such thing as an intersection. I said, yeah, there is. Some of them back road ones have a little intersection.
And then you said you didn't even know what the difference between a road and a boulevard was.
I know, I'm still confused. I work in municipal engineering firm, and I'm confused by boulevard, road, what else is there?
Court.
No,
Street.
court. Street.
Avenue.
Yep, and Avenue's 1.
West Verner Avenue.
Yeah. I don't know the differences.
All right, let's do one more from Fear the Beard and see what he has to say.
Oh, he's got a lot here, huh?
Thursday, you know what that means. Where the
Shout out to
fuck
him
is my
doing
episode?
Oh, Jesus, this is from this week.
That's from this week.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. I was just bummed because I won't get to listen to the episode all day, so I'll have to listen to it after work or something. But anyways, excited to hear what the wrap-up's going to be.
That's what we're talking about right now.
Yeah,
It's been a
here we
great
are for
season.
you.
It has been a great season.
And ICP is going to tour for the first time for...
Yeah, what was this from? What is he talking about there?
I have no idea.
King of Clubs is already...
All right, I'm cutting that off here. I think he's talking
It'd be
about...
funny if it's the J spoken word thing.
I think he's talking about the J spoken word thing, which is not ICP.
Little
tour.
letdown.
Yeah, sorry. If you want to go to that, you let us know.
I might go.
To the King of Clubs in Columbus?
No, not that. I'm talking about the...
You know it's on like a Tuesday night, right?
The one at the Token?
Yeah.
That's fine. It's the Token. It's right down the street.
Is Cabana going to be there?
Ouija's going to be there.
Cabana's at a couple of them.
Oh, really?
I don't know which
Maybe,
one.
Maybe A.T. Huck will be there.
Why would he be there?
He's down with the clown. Him and Rudy, maybe they'll roll through. Or, as I posted earlier today, the Rue Boy. Did you see that?
Yes. All right. Where did we leave off?
Yeah.
Episode 13.
13.
Cotton Candy.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about doing that live. How many times they've done it live. Yeah. And we... 17 times. It's funny. So we didn't talk about this, but I find it fascinating. Mm-hmm. I always thought this was dumb when they announced it, but the Juggalo Day 17, where they said they did like the Tunnel of Love and like that set list is kind of fucking funny.
Like all like the sex songs.
Yes.
That's real funny.
So just real quick, this is their set list. Cotton Candy, Super Balls, Ninja, Stomp, Prom Queen, My Kind of Bitch, When I Get Out.
So they played the whole... That's cool.
Cherry Pie.
Yeah.
Little Something Something. I Stuck Her With My Wang. Jealousy, which is the J solo.
From which album?
Shining.
Okay.
They did the video at the L Club.
I'm sure if I heard it, I would know, but the title...
Ball Bounce, Shaggy song.
Which album was that on?
I don't know. Fuck the Something.
Fuck the Something.
Love Song.
Yeah.
My Homie Baby Mama.
That's something you never hear live.
Cotton Candy and Popsicles. Fat Sweaty Betty, $50.
That is a fun set. Like, it's so different and off the wall.
What a random fucking set.
Man, I wonder how well they did remembering some of those.
I feel like this is the era of not very well.
I could be transitioning out of it. So, no, 17, yeah. 17's a little...
I feel like this is the era where they were doing like that, Jekyll,
yeah, it was like back-to-back they did it.
And they just, I did not hear good things. But I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't see it. I didn't hear it. So
one of the pandemic eras, I feel like, is when it was bad. Stumbling. Like, there was the Hoedown one. One of those I was watching. I'm like, man, he's all over the place trying to remember some of these.
The Prom, I think.
Is that what it was? Yeah, one of the ones I watched the stream of. I'm like, oof, it's a little messy.
Mostly showed up to that one.
I stayed up for that Christmas one.
That's
I watched it.
I remember like where I was watching it, and I'm like,
I remember like it's an actual show. The pandemic shows. Stay and watch his concerts. I can't go to concerts. It sucks.
I got to see Vinny from Sponge singing over the track. Everybody, welcome Sponge. And it's just Vinny singing over a CD. Anyways, also. Cotton Candy and Popsicles. We didn't talk about the noise at the beginning of that.
What was it? I can't remember.
I will pull it up for you right now. But Steve from Pittsburgh
There's
talked
a ghost
about...
trapped in this song?
There's not a ghost trapped in this song. Steve was talking about how he always pops for that. And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. But it's that weird... Oh, let's go back here.
Oh, that little... Ding.
Yeah, like the little
like
scream.
Yeah, I feel it's like a little Valentine shooting the
Cupid.
arrow.
I don't know about all that, but yes. Fun little noise that we missed. Episode 15. Okay. Episode 15 was Raven's Mirror.
Cut you off right now. I had it wrong. It wasn't a Weekly Freakly. It was just a post.
You may have said that, and me typing that was just me saying it. So I'm not blaming you.
Okay.
That could be my...
I think I did say Weekly Freakly, though, but...
I'm taking you off the hook on that. So he put a post on ICP.com.
Yeah.
How in the fuck was he watching the birds and he got it online? You really think he's got like a web editor on his computer on the bus?
Well, his laptop might have been there. They had Wi-Fi back then, right?
There's no fucking way.
You know what he probably did?
Lied.
God, no.
God, no. He's definitely preposterous.
He's looking up.
Oh.
He's looking up at the birds. Man, this is wild. I gotta... Hold on. Ring. Hey, Webmaster Gordon. You're in the office?
Hey, Noodle Nugget.
Noodle Nugget. Nathan, Neri Nate, one of you back in the office? You on the computer? Yeah. Forget the merch update. Put that aside.
Oh, we don't need to know about the blue baby romper that we're about to talk about in 5 minutes.
Ignore all that. There's a bunch of crows and ravens above head, and they're spelling out Raven's Mirror. Post that right now. Let everyone know. And if they're in Dallas or wherever they were, Fort Worth, fucking San Antonio, whatever, let them know you could go come down here and see it right now. That's what he did. I bet that's what he did.
Probably. He said, Netmaster Gordon, I'm looking at repeat after me.
Repeat after me word for word.
I better hear you typing as I'm saying.
Read it back to me. I mean, that's probably why it was spelled wrong, too, because it says the Raven's Mirror. You know, all the squawking. He probably couldn't, Netmaster Gordon. What was that? the Raven's Mirror. That's I said, I can't hear you.
I said, you dumb motherfucker. Why would those fucking birds say the?
Look how much shit would have been all over the place.
There's shit all over Twisted's bus.
There's shit all over the Escalades. The black Escalades. Dub, take him to the car wash. It's gonna stain the paint.
Don't type that. That's not what I said.
Don't type that. At the very end. They spill the Raven's Mirror, Tom Dub. Take the cars to the car wash.
Oh, fuck. So, yeah. Stupid.
Or that had to have been the way, because he's not going on the internet. But, they got the computer in the hotel lobby. As we've seen in the photo, the doors to the lobby was right there in the parking lot. He could have, ran right in. He's nice and skinny then. He typed away on the laptop, on the computer.
Okay. I'm in room 204.
Mr. Bruce, I'm staying here. I can use this computer.
Except he's not. He's staying on the bus. All right.
Trying to catch me.
Trying
to catch Joseph Bruce of the Lotus Ward.
Caught him 100%. Also on that episode, we talked about lithium. Mm-hmm. And Tony Soprano taking the lithium.
Yes.
So we didn't get deep into it. When he was taking it, that's when he felt super dead inside. Oh, yeah. And he saw the girl next door.
Yeah.
He had the vision of what's her name. I forget what her name was. But
the Italian one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she was like the exchange student.
Yeah.
They're staying at the Cusamanos.
The name's so good.
And so that's when he was on the lithium.
Yeah. So he's hallucinating. And what does Shaggy say when he's on it?
He shoots lasers out of his dick.
Well, yeah. Then he could have been, in his mind. See that?
That damn Wraith keeps falling.
He's trying to attack you after you're saying the Ravens didn't appear.
And then the last note, we kind of covered that. Who produced the entire remix CD?
Nobody, because it's a mess. He just threw out the tracks and got them back.
That's the best answer.
Yeah. I mean, there's no one listed anywhere in the booklet. Has no real information.
Just because I'm a glutton for punishment, let's do one or two voicemails. Denver Chris, pick which ones you want to listen to. There's like 5 topics there. Pick 2.
The Drake beef is prominent right now.
All right.
Let's see what you say about that.
Okay, so here's the question, folks. What side do you come down on this Drake-Kendrick beef? That's what the people want to know.
This has nothing to do with the Wraith.
Kendrick is amazing. Kendrick murdered Drake. Let's just be very clear. Time of death was like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
However, Drake's got a ringmaster jersey, and goddamn it, that counts for something. Yeah, I'm actually very curious. Answer that. Who do you come down on? Kendrick v. Drake. Yeah, do it. Later.
How about you?
I could give two fucks.
I mean, Kendrick obviously murdered him. I will give Drake. He had early on. He had the line where he's like talking about saying Kendrick's acting like he freed the slaves because of his music, like, you know, being so political and doing so much. I was like, oh, that's funny. He got a little bit. Then Drake's like, hey, I hope you die and you're a pedophile. And then on top of that, when he did the concert just a couple weeks back and did it 5 straight times over and over again, and like had people coming out and like dancing like they're dancing on Drake's grave, and had the entire stadium chanting the lyrics. I'm like, yeah, that was probably the most brutal diss track in the history of hip hop. The way he ended it live that time.
I've never heard it. I've never heard either one of them. I don't know shit about it.
How do you not even just have listened to Kendrick Lamar's 3 albums that are probably put him the greatest rapper of all time?
Oh my god.
His run is so fucking good.
Okay.
He's up there, if not the greatest. He's the top 3 or 5 without a doubt. I'm busy
listening to this
Pearl Jam straight to back every fucking week.
Now I'm busy listening to Do It for the Underground's monthly, playlist of the real.
I'm sure you are.
The real hip hop, the real rap that's bubbling underneath.
You're such a horrorcore snob. You only listen to you got your Sifter. And I'm only listening to the Wraith and the classics by Twisted. Maybe Blaze and ABK. I'm not gonna listen with I'm gonna slum down there with Al Azul, let alone Clockwork E. I mixed 2 of them together.
Goddamn Psycho Circus.
I almost said you stole my shit again.
All right, pick one more from Denver Crust.
Let's see.
He comes in with short ones, so we can play them all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious about seeing Zug, but iconic intros might be a good discussion. Let's see. You take one of those 2.
Because all in all, you're just a big fucking mark.
He just out of nowhere sent that.
That's just all he sang. What was the other one you said?
That's just a drop. We'll have to save now.
Yeah, it is.
The iconic intros.
Yeah, we'll go with this one. Okay.
So
this just gives me more work to do.
Morgan's birthday is coming up.
Oh, Jesus.
And I got her 2 things. I got her a pair of slippers and a dildo. I figure if she doesn't like the slippers, she can go fuck herself. Yeah, Pete, that one's for you, just upon your rewatch of The Sopranos. But the real point here...
What's he doing there?
I have no idea.
He's typing like Jay.
The songs that have an iconic intro.
Driving us kids to school.
Add to the list. Let's Go All the Way. Also add the pianos on... Mutant X?
Those are up there, yeah.
And, I think Rock the Dead. No, maybe not Rock the Dead. Another Twisted song. Yeah, this is kind of spiraling. Have a good weekend, boys.
All right.
When you said the piano intro, I was thinking of, Malenko. As it passed me by,
I don't know.
Whereas the preacher, does this excite you? Think about it.
Yeah.
Piano, that's an intro. That always gets me. Hooks me right in.
All right. Well, that's what we've gotten from those boys.
Those boys that are there? Dirty hoodlums.
He was also telling us about going to see Blaze in Denver for the release parties. Yeah. We talked about that long ago.
Right.
So he... talked about the karaoke contest for Blaze in Denver. And then Angie from Detroit sent me a bunch of pictures from the Detroit show. Again, it was just people in the crowd. Nothing about like...
Do we post those? I know the one had like Reggie in it.
We may have. Yeah. If we didn't, she posted it on our Facebook.
Okay. I was like, I feel like I remember seeing them and maybe sharing them.
So yeah.
How about, was it one of the Deck One Del guys who shared the photo that he won the karaoke contest at his, and he had the picture with Sabu like in the polo, which is real sweet.
That's a good one.
Yeah, those were awesome.
So release parties happened. If you went, you have any pictures, any stories?
Yeah, we had a bunch kind of early on. People were sending like their photos in a booklet and stuff. We had a lot of cool
because we talked about them
like
early on.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about them going forward.
Any other photos from that, or like the tour, or the Rainy Diamonds tour? Any of those? Send them our way. Let's see them. We'll share them out there.
Now talking about sharing.
Yeah.
This is all you. All you to start, unless however you want to do this.
Hey, how do I run through these? Should I do them in blocks?
I don't know why you did it like this, but
I was just posting them all, so I had them. Well, so we're gonna discuss the merch here, right?
This is a conversation about Wraith merchandise.
Yeah.
Sponsored by the Psychopathic Museum on Facebook.
Oh, really?
No, fuck them.
Fuck them. So I did a few weeks back. We discussed the first drop because it dropped when one of the singles dropped. It was like 5 or 6 items, very bland. But I have here I went through. I was going through the Wayback Machine. From then on, every drop that had Wraith merch, I pulled the list together. So I believe this is the definitive list of all Wraith items released during the era of the exhibit of Shangri-La. So I'm gonna start reading them, and you chime in with any that stand out to you.
Yeah, I guess, but it's going to be tough because I have a following list, but we'll go through that later.
So we have a black varsity jacket. This is solid black, Wraith on the back. Nothing spectacular. The black hockey jersey. This one was just plain black, Wraith on it. 6 on the sleeve.
Is that the one with like the zigzag?
No, the zigzag I believe is listed somewhere else on here.
Okay.
We have a powder blue toddler shirt.
Jesus, this is already irritating the fuck out of me.
This also came with black girly strap t-shirt, black coach's jacket. Now that was sweet. It was kind of like the windbreaker little jacket with a little Wraith on the back, FBI style. Not full-blooded Italians. Black knit hat, black sports bra, which I don't remember what was on that.
Got the hands.
That would have been great.
Isn't there a shirt with the hands?
I think so. This one's good. The ash and red baseball jersey. So it's the gray.
Oh yeah.
Gray and red baseball jersey. That was a solid one. I just have black t-shirt here. Black t-shirt with the Wraith on it. Black and red girly long sleeves. This is like a baseball tee. Black shirt, red sleeves, I believe. Black and yellow pullover jacket. I don't remember which one that one was. No, that's another windbreaker of sorts. Blue knit hat. Blue knit hat, little Wraith on the front. Powdered blue romper, little baby button up.
They got the kids' clothes out here.
It was like the blues and all the baby blue were kind of like the blue on the album cover. They looked a little real light blue, and then just tiny little Wraith. I think it said the Wraith under it.
Baby Wraith.
Just a blue T-shirt with the Wraith on it. That was out. Embroidered black T-shirt. We discussed how he didn't like the shitty embroidered shirts.
Yep.
Black flex fit hat is the era of flex fit for sure.
I like a good flex fit hat.
Used to. I don't do them anymore. But
during the dad hat era.
I do have one right now, a Fago one. Brother Jacob got me this for Christmas. Black and yellow backpack. This was kind of cool. Black, yellow backpack, obviously.
Oh, really? What gave it away?
But again, it has a little Wraith image with the Wraith written under it. Something you don't see back then. The promo poster, we discussed that. I don't know if we did. Full-size poster was at 24 by 36.
Yep.
Picture of the Wraith. Kind of the cover and the bottom, available everywhere, November 4th, blah, 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 blah. Black long sleeve t-shirt, all black, long sleeve. That's a nice one. Silver Wraith charm came out.
Ooh,
was that the first time they had just a charm of a Joker card?
Ooh, they came out for, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or they busted them all out at the same time of that era.
Powder blue infant shirt, so when your kid grows up, infant size, give them a little t-shirt, same as the romper. Black 6 era shirt.
We'll get into those.
I don't remember what that one is.
Skip the shirts.
The 12-inch stand-up. So you had the little tabletop stand-up, and then the old 72-inch race stand-up who's hanging out behind us.
Hey, guys.
The black Xmas race shirt. That was where he had the little Santa bag over his back. Nice, funny one. Ash fleece pullover. That sounds fancy. Office wear for you. Little fleece pullover with the Wraith on it.
3/4 zip boy.
The red and yellow vinyl sticker. So that was one of the
thank God.
That was the early drop. That very first one. Rock of Ages special, just as the Wraith in red and yellow. Let's see, I lost my point. No, Black ICP 6-in-1 T-shirt.
We'll talk about that in a minute, but the Wraith is literally
throwing the cards out.
Cards.
That's a fun one. I don't like how that shirt looks, but fun idea. Blue flex fits. You got the blue hat as opposed to black with the Wraith on it. Black ICP Sun Picture shirt.
It's a black shirt with like a blue. It's like a square picture of them with a blue background.
Oh yeah. It's
real shitty.
Embroidered blue shirt. So again,
2 embroidered shirts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Blue knit hat, red blanket, and a black blanket with the Wraith on it. This is like God. QVC, man. They're pumping shit out of those.
It's a fucking Don West.
Yellow
you
woman's.
Believe it? You got the red blanket. Order now. Get the black blanket.
We should have printed these out and or put them on the screen and pretend we were doing a QVC segment here. That'd been better. Yellow woman's cut tee. It's a nice little tight woman's tee, you know, little short sleeves. Yellow though. First yellow T-shirt in the bunch. The blacklight poster.
Those are hard to come by now.
Man, I had all those and unloaded them all. The best was the Blink one, the Arabic writing around it. God, sold that too. Wraith vinyl LP. That's the album on vinyl. There you go, double LP. Blue and white hoodie sweatshirt. I don't remember that one.
I wonder if that means blue and white. If the Wraith was blue and white, or if the hoodie was blue and white.
I would think a blue hoodie with a white Wraith on it, but gray Wraith Zippo. So it was like a metallic or like gunmetal gray.
Yeah,
that was a cool one. Red Wraith CD carrying case. So
I remember that.
I don't remember how many it held. If it was like the big boy or like a small.
I think it was just a single.
Yeah, but bright ass red. More Juggalo Brothers red than Wraith to me. Vertical ICP image poster. That was the
great name.
Was that just the picture of them from that era? Like, no, was it this? It's a poster of like this image. Yeah, because it's vertical. I'm thinking of the horizontal is the one that's like the tour bus photo.
That's like the sun picture.
Yeah. Hell's first forecast murder rap picture disc. We discussed that a while back. And the Wraith picture disc for maybe. Shangri-La tour book. This was kind of a fun one.
We haven't talked about that. That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, maybe we discuss that when we discuss the tour in a minute here. Blue bandana. This is the era where they're putting out bandanas for everyone.
Bandana.
I still have my Esham one. The Shangri-La tour shirt, which was both their faces, and then the J tour shirt was just the J cartoon face and the Shaggy with the cartoon face.
Yep.
Fun that they would do that all the time back then. They'd have like House of Mirrors had it. They all had the individual ones. The Blue Wraith Zippo style lighter. So not an actual Zippo style. It was like a brighter blue, I feel like. Not like the baby blue, cloud blue. And that's all the Wraith releases I pulled from my time. You have some more here, like you said.
I do have some more. So let's go to ICP. And I'm going to actually do them in an order, not just fucking randomly like you did.
I think I started putting them in order of release, but then some were just like I'm finding later on another site. So then I was just like pulling them all. This was more so for me to get all these photos and try to collage it.
All right, so we talked about the 2 embroidered shirts, blue and black.
Yeah.
With the little boy in the middle of them.
Real little. They're real shitty.
Yeah. The Wraith crew shirt.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
So the Wraith crew shirt just has, it's a black shirt. It's got the full Wraith on the front, and then crew and this real weird lettering in the back. It's real fucking busy. It's got the Wraith Shangri-La on the bottom. It's like, it's too busy for a crew shirt.
Yeah, crew shirts usually are like clean, you know, little small image.
Then lots of just plain Wraith shirts. You had, like we said, the blue shirt, black shirt, long sleeve. There was rumor of a red one, a red shirt popping up, but I don't have a picture of it. And then we're dipping into later on down the line, but this is what made me ask you that question. It's a black shirt, but the Wraith is blue and white.
Okay.
So the Wraith is blue, his hand and the bird and all that.
Maybe that's what that one is then. That makes more sense.
So there was a lot of stuff where it was, when you see blue, I don't think it necessarily always means a shirt. It could be blue and white Wraith. There was a shirt called the Era of the Sixth. So this is where it gets into what we were talking about before.
This is interesting.
So you see the Wraith.
Yeah.
ICP over it. On the back, it says the Wraith, the era of the 6 Jokers cards begins.
That Wraith font's interesting too, because it's not the actual Wraith font at all.
Weird as fuck. But that shirt, well, let's see. So the first one was on the web store, and then it went to Spencer's. But eventually, it got changed because, as someone told us, what is this person's name? Kaga the Ninja.
Reputable source.
Yes. This was they changed it. They moved the font down and they took the horns away because the horns on the Wraith were, quote, too demonic in nature.
That's funny because like I'm trying to think, like they were Manson shirts and stuff at Hot Topic.
You would think so. Right? But then can you see this one? How they move that down over the top of the face,
just buried it.
And there's no more horns.
Yeah.
So that goes back to earlier. Did they take the horns off of the Hell's Pit because they caught flack?
Yeah, wanting to get it in stores and their merch. That'd be interesting if that was the reason why they got rid of it.
I mean, there's more than one shirt of that era that now doesn't have those horns.
That's interesting.
So there's two different versions of that. One with the horns and one without. The sun picture we talked about, there's two different versions. There's a blank back and one with the Wraith on the back. The 6-in-1 is where we're talking about how he is dealing the deck of cards.
Cards out.
The back of that is terrible. It's got like every CD name in its font.
Colors.
Awful. So those were sold at the Wraith release parties and then the web store. There's a blank one, and then there's a red one with a blank back. Actually, way better.
Yeah, that one looks way better. Man, when I went to the release party, I don't remember even looking at the merch. Like, I feel like if I would have seen the red one, that would have been something like pop for and grab maybe at that time.
Then, like you said, the Christmas shirt. Then we get into the touring. So Diamonds Raining tour had its own tour shirt.
Was it just like the image of the poster? I feel like
I believe so. Yeah, with the dates on the back. Kind of cool, but you know.
I feel like those little ones like that. There's a quick, print the tour poster and throw it on a shirt.
Then you had the tour shirts for the Wraith. You had the first leg and the second leg. They have all the dates on the back. One with ICP on the front, one with Jay, one with Shaggy. Second leg, same thing. Jay, Shaggy, ICP. You had an Australian leg and a European leg for the tour shirts as well.
What about Australian, right? You said?
Yep.
Mate.
Good day, tour shirt.
Good day, tour shirt.
You have one with just a Shangri-La hand. Have you seen this? Like how fucking bad that is?
That's a mall shirt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if it was just a hand, but drawn weird.
It's the Tom Woods art where it's like real realistic.
That's getting there, but it's not.
I think that's him though. Wasn't he doing those back then?
I don't think that far back.
I thought he was around that far back, but I don't. Yeah, needless to say, I don't like the realistic. They like all the Hot Topic ones had that like realistic drawing.
Yeah.
Like if it was just a flat hand, it'd be real funny.
Great. And then you have one with the Shangri-La faces. So these were embroidered, and they were crew shirts.
Oh, yeah.
So Jay would always wear Shaggy's, and Shaggy would always wear Jay. So there was yellow faces and blue faces.
Those were cool looking.
And then they had ones with names on the back too. They sold those. It has the name down the spine.
Oh, does it?
And then that's it for that era. I mean, you can keep going on, and they've sold millions of other shirts of every Joker's card, blah, 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 for years and years. They always go back. But that was the shirts for that particular.
Yeah. I know when we did Pendulum, we pulled out that drop they did, like the anniversary one. But with the Wraith, you can't, because like I said, every so many years you're pumping out Joker card merch. Shit. And it's, at this point, probably thousands of things.
I mean, now, jerseys are kind of the same. So there were 5 different jerseys, like you said, the ash red baseball jersey. Oh,
yeah, maybe not. That sounded cooler, but yeah, I do remember that one.
They have that, 2 hockey jerseys, a BMX jersey, and a football jersey.
Yeah, the football and BMX came further down the line.
Yes. Now, this is where there's blue ones, so there's a whole section for blue. So this is where the Wraith itself is blue.
Oh yeah, that's the Too Tough Tony, or that's the Too Tough Tony special.
You have one with the Wraith faces. You have a Wraith Halloween. Not too many jerseys of that era. There were a lot, but lots of like just varieties.
Right.
Posters. Let's flip down the list here. Oh, God, so many fucking posters in this era. You had the Wraith Shangri-La, 18 by 24, which is just like the flyer, pretty basic. Wraith Everywhere, November 5th. That was a full 24 by 36. A little cleaner. Wraith In-Store Tour, 2002. Is also a full 24 by 36.
Oh, that's
that one looks like
that's the one I was thinking when I said vertical.
Yeah, that looks like the whatchamacallit poster. Everywhere, November 5th, there's a mini poster, 20 by 24. It's weird. Weird-ass size. Wraith Red Sky. Oh, is this the picture that you were talking about? That's a weird one, too.
Yeah, that's the Rain Diamonds, like, tour photo.
And just the Wraith plastered on top of him. Black light, blue sky, diamonds raining, Australia. Just goes on and on and on.
This is really like the jumping off point of merch getting out of hand.
Definitely. You talked about the hoodies. I'm not even going to go into those because no one cares about those.
I do like the black embroidered Wraith hoodie. That one's nice. Just from that era of the embroidered patch. I like the Wraith hoodie like that.
Yeah, I guess there were a couple. So there was the fleece. I was thinking of something else. So there's the gray fleece like you talked about. That's actually kind of cool.
I see you wear it to work. Look nice.
And then 3 hoodies, and then one with the Wraith faces. Another one with the Wraith faces. Yeah, this is just where they're pumping out shit. And then this is what I thought you were talking about, the jackets. There were 3 different jackets, the coach, the pullover, and the varsity. So the coach jacket is just like a button-up, real thin windbreaker.
Bomber kind of, or that's a little thin one.
And then the pullover, oh, that's kind of sweet with like the stripe down the side.
Jacket.
Yeah, Polly Walnuts jacket. And then the varsity is the straight like leather sleeve. So yeah, a lot of merch for that era, and I'm going to plug in my computer while you talk.
Man, I didn't even have the posters on here. I thought I had everything. Those did not show up, at least on my web store pools.
Well, that's why you should leave the merch to me.
Hey, I was just trying to help as I was plugging along.
I understand.
Man, I have nothing really from this era though. Like I guess once the Wraith dropped, I kind of like fizzled out, so I wasn't collecting. I mean, I had like the coming soon poster, I know, the available poster. I bought the stand up just because of the big mark for that. But shirt wise, nothing Wraith. I didn't own anything that came out at that time. T-shirts, but like I said, a lot of the embroidered ones didn't stick out to me. The jersey was cool, but I think at that point I was getting burnt out on jerseys or things of that nature. I'd go back and buy that Wraith hoodie though. Embroider boy, like the Hollow Wicked one I hunted down. I'm kind of feeling. Danielle said though I have too many hoodies in this house. I can't keep buying more hoodies.
I have too many zip up hoodies now.
I have those too. My HOK one's my go-to because it's like I have the thin ones and then like the thicker hoodies, but the HOK one's like a little bit of it's like in between medium thickness. So that's always my go-to where it's like not too hot with a full hoodie, not too cold with a little thin one.
Look at this one that came out. It's a red hoodie with the
that's not bad.
Face Wraith.
I can get down with that. The Face Wraith.
So there's a black one, a red one, and then a black with a blue Wraith.
I don't know how I feel about the blue Wraith.
I like the blue Wraith.
I don't like that blue Wraith.
Would you rather the Wraith faces?
I do like those cartoons. I'm a fan of the cartoon faces.
I don't like their face paint from that era.
Really? Oh man, I liked it. It was cool. Something different.
It's something. I like the color, but I don't like the pointiness.
I like the points. I was talking with someone on Instagram about that. We're saying like now they kind of like they hit their legacy act era. They're kind of just in their groove. You know, their set list don't change too much. Their face paint definitely doesn't, and they've cut back like nothing sharp. And I was like, I don't know who it was mentioned. Yeah, they cut out all the sharp points. I'm like, yeah. Even with their modern shit, like you go back to Ringmaster Riddlebox. That was so like pointy on the sides, look cool. Now it's like you could tell they like they have to do it so fast all the time. Just like whoop, whoop. Everything's bubbly, just quick. Gotta be sharp, pointy, scary. See all these points?
That's what I was waiting for the whole time.
These clowns aren't nice. Clowns are happy, friendly.
There's also 3 8.5 by 11 flats.
Oh, I did post one of those last week. leading into this, someone had it signed for wherever I pulled that from.
Shitty ass pictures. Shitty ass flats.
I like flats.
I love flats, but this era...
That's because you just hate the face paint, 'cause it's just pictures of their faces.
No. Well, yes, but they're still shitty.
I always like the Zug flat, where they're like in front of Zug Island, like all like hunched down or whatever on the bridge. I don't know where they're even at, but...
Do I have that one? I don't know if I have that one.
I think I have
this one right here, where they're on the bridge?
Yeah. I have that, but for every reason, I don't have that sign. I have the CD sign, like, all over the booklet. It drives me nuts. It's been a lot cooler to have that sign.
All in black?
Yeah.
Why? What were we doing? All right. Did you want to talk about the tour?
Yeah, I guess that's a good transition,
Did you pull the... Is that... I tried to look into that, but I didn't find anything.
The set list?
Yeah.
Yeah, I pulled this from... I'm gonna speculate. I pulled this from Real Juggalos or Fago Lovers. Those seem to be like the two go-tos back then that would have a lot of information. So this was according to one of the posts on a Juggalo website.
I didn't understand like the little notes.
The little part where I wrote?
Yeah, or the two on the bottom.
I don't get why it says fixed. They might have fixed the names, maybe. I don't know. Nonetheless, this is according to Juggalos at the time, the Shangri-La tour. Documented for history. If I'm wrong, let me know. We'll fix it. We're here trying to preserve these set lists because no one else did.
That's true.
So the ISP set list, they open up with Welcome to the Show, which similar to Ring Diamonds, we had that footage of them opening with the actual intro into Welcome to the Show. And then they jump into your Rebel Flag. Kind of random. Chicken Hunting, Dead Body Man, Down with the Clown, Halls of Illusions. Wow. Heavy hitter after heavy hitter after heavy hitter.
God, fucking same show we've seen for 20 years.
I want my shit, and it says a little part, so my assumption is they cut it off and went into Fuck the World and cut that off, did not finish it. Did not get the Ruse River Drawbridge disc like we didn't. At Hollow Wicked, I was pissed. Into Assassins. No let up here. You have a little let up song, guys.
This set sucks.
Just because you've heard them all. So this is all bangers. Let's Go All the Way. Tilt-a-Roll.
Now we're cooking.
Murder Rap. Birthday Bitches. There's Jay's little break. Disappears for a minute there. Blam. Thy Staleness. I guess Thy Staleness, a little bit of a man, the crowd is probably moshing hard through this set. There's no little letdown. But maybe that Hell's Forecast
moshing during Birthday Bitches.
Hell's Forecast, that's a little more mellow. And then that's a nice transition here. Thy Staleness, Hell's Forecast, like, oh, bummer. Then boom, Juggalo Homies. Good one to come out of those two with. Good job, boys. Willie Bubba. That's a fun one. And then Pass Me By. And then at the end it says Fixed, Stomp, Fixed, Juggalo Chant. So maybe they just, by Fixed, it just like was playing over the PA. Because Pass Me By would be like, all right, everyone's hitting the stage and like chaos is ensuing. They're gone.
Well, where would Stomp be in there?
Yeah, that seems very random. The Juggalo Chant makes sense because they always kind of like in this era. We never die alone.
Yeah, that was just playing
a loop forever till the lights came on. And then also we have a little note here of ABK's set, who was opening the tour.
There's no way he only did 4 songs.
Maybe. He didn't have much to work from then. He was not doing native funk. He had Gang Related, Hood Rats, Hollow Point, and Ghetto Neighbor. It's a fun 4-pack.
I can't. That tour set sucks.
I don't think it sucks. I would have liked more I'd like more variety in it, but
I'd like more Shangri-La.
For a Shangri-La tour, it's pretty meek on the Shangri-La picks.
They start with 1 and then they do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. So I guess there is a lot. But...
Oh yeah, there were 6 in a row there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wow, yeah.
But just weird how they did it.
Yeah, it's strange they're just all lumped together there.
Well,
so here's a question to you: when you're going on tour and the album like just comes out, you don't know the songs well.
This is the problem. I understand.
But like, hard to say. I'd like a sprinkling of them. But yeah, when the album first comes out, don't want much of like the new album because I don't know them. You know, especially if it's like pre-album coming out, I'd definitely give me one new song. Yeah. But
you telling me that everyone who was at that show didn't have 3 versions of Shangri-La and didn't know it front to back?
I mean, when the tour kicked off, how many months after it came out?
Enough.
go to our old Denmark website or whatever the hell it is.
It's a Belgium fan site for Insane Clown Posse.
So it started on 122, yeah. So by that point, you knew all these songs front to back, yeah. So I'm cool with it being 7 deep, 8 deep.
I guess so.
Not ending on Thy Availing is interesting.
That is kind of weird. But what are you going to do?
Oh, they have the set list on the site as well.
Isn't that the one that only has a couple songs?
No, this one's totally different.
Really? I just looked and I didn't see it. What does that say?
This one says, intro, welcome to the show, Dead Body Man, Tilt-A-Whirl, Blam, Birthday Bitches, Assassins, Chicken Huntin', Willy Bubba, Let's Go All the Way, Hero Flag, Cemetery Girl, Fuck the World, Down with the Clown, Stomp, I Want My Shit.
Same songs, just different order.
Pretty much. Cemetery Girl wasn't there. Murder Rap Homies, Halls of Illusions, Hell's Forecast, Everybody Rise, that wasn't there. Dog Beats, that wasn't there. Die Staleness, Pass Me By, Juggalo Anthem. But yeah, maybe between those two, there's no way they didn't switch up a little. Maybe they switched up down the line. Maybe they started with a few, pulled some back.
Maybe they changed it up when they went to Australia.
Yeah. I mean, because you're touring from, what? I don't know, just a couple months here. From January to April. But I guess you could have, by second half, the second leg, because we had the 2 legs, we had the second leg, you pull on some of the other tracks.
I don't know.
I was waiting for you to go, who fucking cares?
Well, that too. I don't know. I that's an era of them, of people not really collecting good information. So
yeah.
That's what I was a little bit worried about.
This one I thought was legit front to back, because you have the opener and the closer, but it seems pretty jumbled. I would take this one that I pulled over the
first one.
Yeah, I take the first one because it was pulled from a website update like right after the show. You would hope the person was keeping you in order. You don't have smartphones back then, so you had to text it to yourself or a pen and paper.
Write it down. Yeah, now I'm looking at the Australia one, which is closer to the one that you just read. Okay. I like that better. I like it being more spread out of the new stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm over it.
Did you hit any of the Shangri-La tour dates? They didn't have a Michigan one because obviously it's just House Great. Hollow Wicked.
I probably just went to the Hollow Wicked ones. That would be my bet.
Yeah, because Cleveland and Columbus were ending it here on this, so those were the close ones. You had Cincinnati up there in the middle, Grand Rapids.
Did you go to the Grand Rapids? No, that was Bizarre Bazaar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I went to any.
No, I think Bizarre Bazaar was in Toledo. Grand Rapids was the Hatchet Rising, which is like a few dates after Hollow Wicked.
I'm looking on my list real quick just to try to figure it out.
If you at home went to the Wraith Shangri-La tour, let us know any stories. If your set list in your brain is the same as the one we shared.
Yeah, it looks like I just went to Diamonds Raining, and then I didn't go to one for a while. The next one I went to was the Real Detroit Birthday.
Oh, wow.
Me, you, and Nick.
That is a big jump, then.
But that's not counting
Hollow Wickeds.
Yeah, Halloweens I always went to. So we'll count those. Those were all good times. All right. What else do we have? I have a couple more voicemails if you want to jump back into those.
Sure.
They don't really mesh with anything right now. Let's talk to or let's hear from Randall. We haven't heard from Randall yet, but long time listener, first time caller.
Hey, what up, y'all? Juggalo Randall from PT.
From PT, back in the day.
I'm fucking hunkafofu. But whatever.
He's what?
Yo, I'm listening to Get You Wicked on right now. I'm at work, driving in a fucking truck in the middle of the goddamn country.
Give me one.
And you guys just brought up, worst bathrooms in Detroit, and you talked about Harpo's. Harpo's fucking bathroom is the worst fucking place ever.
Agreed.
The fucker floods all the fucking time.
Always.
I fucking remember going to Harpo's for Juggalo Day. I don't even remember the fucking year, but it was the Ringmaster year. And I was standing on, like, the middle level.
2015.
And, like, the little dance floor started, like, flooding. Oh, my God.
Dance floor?
The grossest, nastiest shit ever. I also snuck into fucking Jay and Shaggy's fucking green room up the spiral staircase behind the stage that fucking night. That's a fucking another story for another time.
Well, we need it now.
I love the fucking show, guys. Keep it up. Fucking, I can't wait to see the rest of the 6th and beyond.
Beyond.
So, much love, y'all.
Whoop.
Beyond the bizarre. Was that a thing? That wasn't a thing. Shout out to Juggalo Randall.
Yes.
Whatever his name was on PT. I couldn't to make that out. Yeah, that was good. Another trucker. Another one making this country move. Toot toot. For the working jugs.
And then we got one more here. This is from Rob, one of the 18 Robs. And we'll hear from him, and he'll close off our voicemails.
Wow.
I think.
Can you believe it?
Okay, so I got 2 points real quick. First, the line about Stevie Wonder is Stevie Wonder probably could see that shit he do, right? So it's like, yeah, he could, even the blind guy could probably see what you're saying, right? But they kind of say it like probably, right? And
probably.
so it gets jumbled.
I can
anyway,
see that.
I still see
the first
Wonder
point.
Brawl,
The
which
second
makes
point
no
is, I
sense.
don't know why the fuck you think I would play Dungeons and Dragons. That is slanderous. I have never played a game of Dungeons and Dragons in my life.
No, of course not.
I'm not some fucking nerd who would play tabletop role-playing games in general. I barely even play video games. With that said, and you might have to cut this into 2 pieces and play one later.
Nope, we're not.
But with that said, I do have a podcast coming out soon where me and my friends are playing The Gathering, like a tabletop role-playing game. So check it out. It's called TTGOTJ, but we're not official. Yeah, it's still a secret. Don't tell anybody.
This is long ago, right? They already started?
Yeah, that is out. They're on episode 3 or 4.
They're playing the Dark Carnival game, you said? The tabletop game?
No. No, Jesus Christ.
The Quest for Shangri-La is how he's playing?
No, he's saying he doesn't play tabletop games.
Yeah, but he has a game where he's playing one?
No, the podcast that they do is like a role-playing game where they're all going to the Gathering.
Oh, I thought you said he had a podcast where they're playing the Quest for Shangri-La.
No, it's where they're... Oh, Jesus Christ, we've talked about this before.
They're doing what we did with with wrestling, kind of. Yeah, that's fun.
Stole our shit.
Stole our shit.
Psycho
Circus stole my shit. Well, shout out to you and give that a listen. I know I need to because I apparently thought it was something different. I want that game. Quest for Shangri-La tabletop game. That one's hard to find, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I have the OG Morden's list back there. Maybe season 7 we just play Morden's list live. How about that? Season 7 Morden's lists. Let's do it.
Let's not say we did.
All the dice in there. No idea how they work.
Is there anything else that we have to talk about with this wrap up? We've gone extra long.
Let's see. I have a couple of notes here we didn't get to.
Holy shit.
Jay, at the last gathering, it says, I don't know what year this was. He said, this is probably 02, 03. Said the 6 card would come out in 2 parts, blah, blah, blah. That was the 02.
That was the note?
But he said, Shangri-La is the end of the road, he explained. It's the end of the Jargus card. After this, I could do anything I want for the rest of my life. The positivity was so unbelievable. Some people were speculating they weren't gonna make a second Jargus card. I think we even said that him saying that was like, this is it. This is the definitive version, not Hell's Pit.
We're gonna do a second deck. Second deck.
But he said he was misquoted. That he was getting at is that Hell's Pit or any of them for that matter. as far from his mind as possible, as he's focused completely on the upcoming Shangri-La. During the Riddle Locks, there was no thought of Malenko. During Carnival Carnage, there's no thought of Ringmaster. One era at a time. But on November 5th, it will be raining diamonds. It'll be raining hell. but it wasn't November 5th because it took another year after that. Let's see.
Why does it sound like Vince McMahon when I done that?
Jay, I have a quote here of Jay looking back on the impact of the Wraith.
TNA Impact.
He says, look at it like this. I think that maybe mostly the reason why things have started changing for the brighter and better so much these days, we've been telling a story for so long that we've never even bothered to look at anything else. We never looked to the left, right, up or down because we were always on the same track. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. The second Joker's card, the third Joker's card, and then the fourth. There was never a reason to look forward until anything else.
I don't care about the fifth.
Or any other shit for 10 years. There was never any reason to develop different ideas because it was always already laid out. It's always given
by who?
By our power pal. Now the ending has come. It's like a dark, morbid, gruesome track that we've always been on has suddenly came out of a dark tunnel and hit to a tempest. He didn't say that, but we've unknowingly been in and then blam, off a cliff.
Blam!
Now we fly on our own. Blue skies, green oceans, and diamonds rain everywhere.
Blue skies, green oceans, did you just say?
That's the only way I could explain it. It's not like we didn't love doing the Joker cards. In fact, we loved it so much, we were fine the whole time.
17 more.
We never missed anything else. Now that the 6 is revealed, we can't help but look around for new ideas and flavor. The possibilities are endless. We know that whatever we do after the 6 is not going to be as epic as the Tower of the 6 Joker's card, and that's okay with me. I agree. Them cards, that story, its ending, its meaning, its message was awesome. That's why we were so happy and proud. Now we schooled it.
Good job, Jay.
One final thing I have here. There was supposed to be a reissue of the Wraith. Oh, no, this is about the actual reissue of the Wraith. So we didn't discuss this. Remember how the original version, what, you have the cover is not shiny, the reissue is shiny?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. Surprise, he's back. That's right. Juggalo's Wraith Shangri-La has returned and is better than ever. For those of you that don't know, the original Wraith was a joint venture between Psychopathic and another company. A few months ago, Psychopathic has obtained the full rights to the Wraith album, and now today we are re-releasing it in stores. For those of you that only got one of the original versions, or were thinking about picking up the other version eventually but kept putting it off, this is definitely in time to pick up the other version. And for you collectors out there, this is a must-have.
This is time for a cash grab.
Everything's different, including a double red foil gold stamp cover. That's such a marketing ploy.
Yeah.
A corrected and adjusted booklet, which is real funny. And adjusted silk screens on bonus DVDs. Also, most places will have the release on sale for super cheap. And to hook Juggalos up, we already bought the album. We're thinking about grabbing the Wraith Shangri-La for this week and this week only. Hatchiger has the album for sale super cheap, so click here to get it. But yeah, my favorite part of the whole note is a corrected and adjusted booklet.
Well, I wonder if it was corrected and adjusted.
I don't know. You didn't get the reissue, right?
No.
Yeah.
I have mine from the day I bought it.
Same.
The day it came out.
This booklet.
The day I listened to it on November 5th,
It was right there. I was sitting in the dark, headphones on, laid back in my bed, just the glow of the CD player, and the Wraith hovering above. I hope not. But yeah, that's it. That's my notes I had. A couple extra little things that were floating around.
I don't think I have anything else. I think... Oh, Jesus.
So I found this today digging around. Some of these I kind of remember on the internet back in the day. People trying to find hidden things in the Wraith because it's so mysterious. So
because it's so mysterious.
We talked about these, the little like verses or whatever, like the velvet with skies of glitter, blah, 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 little weird things. So there's a message board on the 6.com. And it had 40-something pages long of people trying to decipher and find out the meaning of what they all are. So funny. Someone's like, do you think maybe it could be Morden's List things, like these locations that Morden's List games
are
reached?
Oh, my God.
And then, people are just trying to decipher. And someone goes, you ever think it's just stuff they made up? They're really high because they're out there.
That's the real answer.
So that was funny. But let's see. CD case secret. Hold the back of the CD case in front of a mirror and the track listing makes a 6.
That's
if you didn't notice that.
That is something.
This one, I feel like I remember reading this online. She's like shining a flashlight on the CD from above, and it hits a crystal clear cross against the wall.
I've never heard that.
And then there's another one saying that if you had your CD spinning, like if you had a Walkman that you could see the CD, it would like show the Wraith as it's spinning.
That would be cool.
But I'm like, no way, because there's nothing on there that looks like it. And but there's a page on the 6.com of like these little things people were trying to like decipher, and I was like,
that's funny.
I vaguely remember the cross thing and like the CD spinning and showing the Wraith. They should have did like a Jack White vinyl. He has one where if you shine a light on it, it looks like a little angel spinning above like the vinyl. Could add a little Wraith flying above it. That'd have been sweet.
Little hologram Wraith.
Yeah. Should reissue it. Should have Third Man reissue it and make it just bonkers weird. God, that'd be sweet. Third Man should do Carnival Carnage. It's a Southwest album by the Southwest Boy, produced by the Southwest Man.
Southwest Boy.
It should just let Third Man release all the Joker's cards and Deluxe editions.
All right. Put those two together.
Do you want to just do? So Jack White did one. You had to break. So you had the rare vinyl.
Who cares?
And there's a 45 or something in the middle. But the only way you could get it is if you broke it. So they take Party at the Top of the Hill. You put it on a 45 in the middle. The only way you can get to it is if you break open the actual album to get. So you have the Juggalos or collectors. The only way you can hear Party at the Top of the Hill is hidden inside the album.
You have to get two of them.
Yeah. God.
Or you'd have to wait for that Juggalo vinyl collector.
But I think he made it where like you only one per person. So you get hit with a hard choice. Do you crack it open to find it, or do you keep it sealed? Let's do it. Come on, Jack. I know you're a listener. First, rate, review, and subscribe, and then put the Carnival Carnage on vinyl.
He's probably watching this video, and then once the video cut out for the second time, he's like,
It's still on.
You say so.
Yeah, I could see it.
Okay.
I ran out of storage the original time. That's why I had to clear I had 20-something gigs of videos stuck in my trash from all the other videos.
Well, that'll do it. Speaking of that'll do it.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we can possibly talk about the Wraith?
I don't think so. How about final thoughts?
Yes, because we didn't really. Do you want to? Okay, I'll go first, and then you can talk about your immersive whatever today.
Oh God, I didn't do that, did I?
No.
We could save that. That's just
for what?
I don't know.
We've alluded to this, but yes, going track by track, there aren't like bangers that are like solo bangers, but I still say this has to be at least in my top 2 ICP CDs, if not number 1. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's real tough. Track by track, it's probably number 2, but just the nostalgia and the flow from song to song to song.
Right.
It's up there. It's top 2 for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. In my world, I think I said going into this, as we went track by track and week by week, spending so much time with it and reading lyrics, I'm like, oh man, some of these like don't hold up in that format. But then going back and listening to it front to back, and like just thinking about it as it dropped. I'm a senior in high school, like second half of the senior year. Like this album is the end of that story. My senior year is the end of like all that. Perfect timing for that. Like it just hit, what, 17, 18, like perfect age for it. Yeah. Super cool. And then we discussed it before that it's the best sounding album. Maybe not their...
That's a part of it, yes.
Maybe not their best work. You could say like, Riddlebox maybe is untouchable. And then, a lot of people don't like the switch in sound with guitars, but like if you're going to just put it on
I heard that they don't want guitars on their shit. We about to get wicked for the
6. But yeah, all that aside, I think like if you just listen to it as comparing it to all the other albums with all the layers and all the fucking shit going on, best produced sounding album by them for that.
The leaps and bounds.
And as a full piece, I think it's great. I'm sure there's some parts that stumble as we went through it, but yeah, overall I think it'd be up as one of my favorite albums by the Insane Clown Posse for sure.
You're selling me. You're selling me on it being number 1. I don't know. It changes for me day to day, but it would never drop below number 2.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It'd be interesting if I went into it like didn't have the nostalgia connected, or like, all right, went to the O2 gathering, that was awesome. The hype leading into it was so cool. Then it came out and, listened to it, and I'm sure that factors a ton into it, like staying there. Remember, we always used to joke, like, oh, throw on the 6, like something awesome happened, we're listening to the 6. Like, it always tied back to that, and just, hard to disassociate the nostalgia, but that's just Juggalo music in general. Like, I think you can look at all this music, like,
remember the time.
Yeah, and it's not like, obviously everyone thinks they suck. And like, these albums, hard to compare them to like other albums out there. You have to look them at their own world. So the world that it came out in at the time made it that much more of an epic album for sure.
Not even the nostalgia, like you touched on it, the musically, we said that the last couple episodes, musically speaking, the best produced by far.
Yeah.
So the easiest to listen to by far. Yeah, it's, I don't know.
And it's got the Fago Boat song on it, so it's a nice little, save that one for the 6th.
They saved all the best shit for the 6th, is what I heard. Yeah, it's up there.
It's out there.
He's out there.
He.
It. Us.
The Dark Carnival General.
You're going to briefly talk about your immersive experience today?
Well, I didn't get to do the immersive experience, but I wanted to make sure I listened to it before he came here. That being said, I don't have Dolby Digital surround sound, the 6 speakers every you need, but had on the big 1970s nice-ass speakers. So, curious how much of that is just those speakers, but I feel like I've listened to the vinyl down here and didn't pick up on these little things. But yeah, it sounded crystal clear on there. A lot more like the guitars to me on the DVD, way more pulled up like overall. Like a few times I'd like stop and rewind, so I'm like, is that on there? And then I'd go listen to the CD version.
That's right.
And I'm like, oh, it is there, but it's like way further back. And then some of the notes I had was like, where you go spin you into oblivion, like the music like drops out more on that, and like that not as loud. Yeah. Blam, the You're the Lucky One is like layered 3 voices. Like I can't hear it on the regular version. Like just sounds like You're the Lucky One. Maybe that's deep back there, but like on this one, it's like you're the lucky.
Oh, that's got like an echo.
Yeah, like a bunch of times. And it's all Shaggy, but it's like 3 times saying it. On Rain's Diamonds, fucking track rocks on that version. Fucking rocks, man. The guitar's just like super heavy on there, and then like when Jumpstay is doing his little sermon at the end there, like that's pulled back and the guitar over it is just like going heavy. The vocals also seem like louder and more prominent on that, but it's definitely the same ones. Bitch Slap is a little different. The extra like echoed voices, like they're rapping, you hear them in the back, that's all gone. It's just them, except when Shaggy's rapping, Jay saying like every day out of my way, like as a hype man in the back, those are all there, but like the little extra of everyone's voices is gone. On the staleness, the what kind of circus is this, that's not there, so it's just like silent at that part. I don't know why that drop's missing, but
that's weird.
Officer Mooney is there. And then the bass line on there seems heavier, and then like the funky guitar at the end is like pulled up, like it's like a bass guitar, like, bow, bow, bow. Like it's like so much louder on that version. Homie sounds like there's like a mariachi type shaker a little bit louder. That's a little different sounding, but they're all the same. Cotton Candy, piano key or whatever that is in there is like way more funky sound and like, I don't know, kicked up more like spacey, echoey. Very cool. Raven's Mirror, that one's different. It has like a sitar, like the Beatles. Like at the beginning where you have like the kids laughing and it's like cuts into it, like that hits like 3 times, like wow, wow. Like that's not on the original at all. And then like throughout the song, it's like they're pulled up, like you could hear it in the background, but that's pulled up to the front. And then on the Wraith, I have the electric guitar comes in heavy on the hook. Can't hear that on the regular version. And what's it say here?
Then you were crying during unveiling.
Oh yeah, the Nowhere to Run, Nowhere to Hide seems like a lot louder.
Nowhere to run.
Yeah, on that version, it's like way more pulled up. It sounds like. Yeah, so now I need to listen to it, give myself a little Ventura gummies.
And start floating.
Get 20,000 pounds of salt wherever you need for one of those full things. Woman I work with looked into building one in her basement. She's like, the amount of salt you need is insane.
I couldn't imagine.
Because like the material is not crazy. The salt is out of this world. So much.
What a fucking mark. Why would you want that in your home?
She loves to relax in it.
Okay.
That's it, yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
That is the Wraith's exhibit of Shangri-La.
Bye, bitch. Is that what he yells at the end? Will it be rags?
Fuck off. No, he says, always remember to fuck off,
yeah,
be a bitch.
Just echoes bitch over and over again. Ah, yeah.
Well,
good
thank
times.
you, Willoughby Rags.
And thank you, listeners.
Yes.
Join us.
We didn't do any of our awards and thank yous, but as always, we want to thank everyone for sticking with us this season, whether this was your favorite album or not. Some people it wasn't, but they stuck around just to listen to our bullshit.
Hey, thank you.
We appreciate that. And since we're skipping around, we might as well thank everyone else. All the listeners, the people who call in, email, text, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. It pops us tremendously, whether it's on social media or, like I said, the texting, the voicemails. It's all great. We wouldn't do it. We probably would do it if no one listened, but we need to say this more often. This is more of just us sitting down here and BSing, and you guys just happen to be along for the ride. It's like a ride to the gathering or driving cross country, and we're all just listening to a CD and talking about it, old stories, old shows. You guys just are not in the basement with us. Yeah. And you just chime in when you can, and it's just like a long-term storytelling or hangout.
Yeah.
So
early on, for sure, with a lot of that, like early on, we got all the people sharing their photos, their trips to the Wraith, and their release party experiences. So that was cool. I think a lot of people early on got excited.
Yeah.
Told their stories of that era. So that was cool to see.
Yeah, that was hard to maintain throughout the year, but like those first couple weeks of the season, it was just flooded with those pictures. So.
Yeah, set the stage for the Wraith.
It was very cool. And that's why we do it, because we want to hear from people and keep the little community rolling.
Mm-hmm. And we're here to preserve the history of the Juggalo culture. We don't want to get lost at the time.
Like the actual Wraith that got lost.
Yeah, I know.
Got painted over.
I shared that the old Flash website intro, and
people were loving that.
Yeah, a lot of people were like, "Man, I didn't even realize this." I then locked a memory in my brain. I couldn't even remember. I'm like, that should always pop through when I see that. Alone.
And if you want to see that with us, all you have to do is follow us on all social medias. That's at Juggalo RWD, Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, everywhere you can find us. We're at Juggalo RWD. Wherever you listen or watch us, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. If you subscribe, we land in your mailbox on Thursday mornings when we have an episode. That's right. Which is usually every Thursday, but when we're in between seasons,
yeah, you never know.
Not so much. But if you stay tuned, either to our social medias or to our feed, maybe we'll pop in one or two little bonus boys. You never know.
You never know.
However you found us, you need to pay it forward. You need to jug it forward.
Yeah.
And share with a friend. If they're new, old, or former Juggalos, let people know what we're doing here. Spread the word.
We need to have our own Leenda Day. Call to action. Send all of them out. Spread the word of the podcast.
Spread the word. You can listen anywhere where you listen to podcasts. Also watch us on YouTube. That's at youtube.com/@JuggaloRWD. Contact us. You can either email us at juggalorwd@gmail.com or call us. Leave a voicemail or text us at 810-666-1570. And then, as you've seen, we can try to answer as many of that nonsense during the wrap-up show. Website will be up and running by next year, we guarantee. Wrestling nonsense.
Now that we're in a little lull here, I got a little window to pump it out.
Nice. Wrestling nonsense, 20x20 apparel, and 20x20 pod. If you can't get enough of us and want to go back in our archives, listen to us talk about who will be future world champions.
Did we get any of those right?
Not so much.
Didn't one of us pick Big E?
I think that was after. I don't remember. But there was the one where we talked about our 5 favorites at the time, and I picked Joe Hendry. And
is that the guy who's like showing up on wrestling now everyone's going nuts for?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was ahead of the curve.
You were. I was way ahead of the curve.
I believe in Joe Hendry. Now I'm over him, but back then I was
you're all about him. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
It's wrestling.
It's just like Juggalo music. You're into it until too many people are into it, then you're like, yeah.
That's why you got to get onto Clockwork Gray and E, whatever. That's late. Get on before it gets big. First album just dropped. I got to check it out.
All right.
I'm intrigued.
And then, while we were saying thank yous, but to the people who helped us physically with this season, that's Steve with the music that we steal from him, Christmas with her voiceover work, and Clown Instrumentals. Stealing those instrumentals.
Last time for them?
Unless...
You never know.
You never know if we'll see Clown Instrumentals again. If you missed anything we just bantered about, check the show notes, look at any of the bios for the link tree, and they will send you to anywhere that you need to be. So,
yeah,
this is it. Season 6.
Can't believe we're not having it.
Can't believe we're not going to do this again. But you never know. We're going to stick around here off camera, maybe talk about one or two things we're going to try to do for the end of the season. But again, if not, stay tuned to the social medias and you'll hear all about what's coming up in season 7 and beyond.
If you've been following along, you know in social media that little logo color change before everything else gives you a little hint. What's that color scheme match? Let you to speculate.
Have you ever been working on that?
No, but depending on where we're going, it should be easy.
Pretty easy. So there'll be that stuff popping up, and you can always follow us to make sure you know what we're doing. I'd say about a month or so we'll probably take off, and then we'll be back.
Usually.
You never know. But yeah, I don't know what we have going on, like where we'll be, shows, tours, all that bullshit. But
maybe Jay's spoken word of the token. It won't be hard to find if we are there, because it's a little venue, so we usually have stickers in the pocket. Come say hi.
We may be there. What else is coming up? Not any of the Twisted dates, because they're not in Michigan. Not the Gathering. What else is coming up? I mean, yeah, by that point, we should be back in the swing of things by, like, Silver Scream and the Kevin Smith Con I'll be at, stuff like that. So
I'll be at a lot of local shows. I'll be at Amy and the Sniffers, if you're at that in Detroit.
All right. I'll be
Charlie
at
Crockett.
I'll be at Journey and Def Leppard.
I will not be at that. Sierra Farrell I'll be at. So a lot of honky-tonkin' music. If you're into that music in Detroit, come say what's up.
A lot of indie wrestling I'll be at.
I keep saying I'm going to go.
Well,
Rat keeps texting me, and I'm like, I don't know.
We have that Flop House. That's at the...
Is it?
It looks good, but it's also at a weird time. It's on a Saturday. I think it starts at like 5.
Is it at Old Miami?
Yes.
Oh, count me in. I didn't care about the wrestling. I'm like, it's just nice vibes, sitting in the lawn, nice weather.
I'm going to try to go to that. It's like July 29th or 26th.
I'm going to try to make that too then.
So
that's a fun one.
That's out there. It's out there.
It's out there.
But again, follow us and what do you call it? Subscribe to wherever you're listening, and then you'll see where we're at, what we're doing.
Juggalos, we're everywhere.
But until then, we will see you next time.
Yeah.
Season, episode. We'll see you soon.
Somewhere.
See you somewhere. Thank you and goodbye.
Bitch.
All music played in this episode and in this entire season is owned by the respective publishers and copyright holders and is reproduced for review purposes only under fair use.
Every good idea we ever had, every really bomb-ass idea we had, we said, nah, we'll save that for the 6th.
UPC. This show is a member of the Underground Podcast community.
Season 6